There I am. What's up, people?
Just a title screen.
What's up, people? Welcome back to Medicated Gaming. I'm your host, Devin D. Damn, it's fucking hot. I woke up sweating, dude. It's hot in California. Did we get your audio to his headphone? Let it connect this shit.
Probably not. My dreams wouldn't be that juicy.
Just a title screen, showcasing
Some claws.
claw action, Western
Yeah.
theme. We got KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic, a remake, is what it said.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Alan Wake, of course, doing the remaster for PC and PS5.
Mm-hmm.
And then a whole bunch of brand new IPs for
Forspoken, Tachia,
Ghostwire Tokyo.
Ghostwire Tokyo. That was been announced for a while ago, but at least we got a gameplay trailer to showcase some of that stuff. And then, of course, they ended the whole thing with God of War Ragnarok. So, pretty exciting stuff.
Overall, because of God of War and KOTOR and the Insomniac games, I'm going to say a solid 7 out of 10.
You know, I'm gonna give it a little more. I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Okay.
I'm gonna give
That
us.
was a weak year for
I'm
us.
gonna give us a 9 though. Hopefully there's a shot on the VOD. We broke 2 glasses today. We made a mess. You guys can't see. We shattered. There's just madness all over the place.
This has been breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Thank you. Thank you, Gerard Frost. I love that I don't know if they know that the Spider-Man 2 trailer was playing around them that entire conversation.
Yeah.
Amazing. But then we cut away just as it said the name of the game. We didn't know if it was DLC or what was happening.
Yeah, I'm happy it was a sequel because I thought it was going to be DLC.
More DLC,
And then
yeah.
also, I don't know, like this press conference overall was kind of, but that picked it up for me.
That was, yeah, I only, like, just a few days ago beat Miles Morales. I've been crazy backlogged on my games, and I had such a great time with it, and I won. So.
You just beat it again? Only 4 hours.
I just played it, like, last week for, like, the first time.
Okay. I
no.
thought you couldn't handle it. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it was really. I had to put it on easy, and then I had to call some
I'm not.
friends
This
to
is
help
a
through some of the
this is a
levels.
safe space, dude.
Thank
You're not
you.
judging. You're not judging.
Thank you. Beating a game on easy is still beating a game. Am I right?
Yeah. It's all about the
you.
story. It's all about the
Thank
story.
you. Don't difficulty shame me. All right. I want to show you all a toaster, and it's not just any old toaster. Want to know what kind of toaster this is?
I'm thinking it's Amazon Essentials.
Close, because those barely work, and this toaster hates breakfast. Breaking news!
That Brad saw his piece. He saw his chance for freedom right there. He tried to jump out. He's like,
Run,
I'm
little
out.
toaster, run!
Right.
Oh, no. Oh.
Yeah,
we
we can
go.
take a look at that for you.
Here
We
we
can take a
go.
look at that toaster for you.
We don't need you to take a look at that.
They don't look too good. That's right. Why don't you grab 516s? Why don't you go ahead and grab that 516? You know what your toaster has? It has gremlins. That's what. This is a flashlight bulb. Grab the 516s, damn it! It's got gremlins. What they're gonna do?
How can you see the gremlins? What are you talking about?
The gremlins.
Okay, now you don't have
This
to.
is
you don't have to
this
blow.
is the same dog muzzle as last time. Who told you can smoke, by the way?
No, it's right there where the gremlins be small.
That's right. Gremlins be small. They get in your stuff and they get excited.
I'm sorry. This whole time you've been talking about gremlins. And
Gremlins are in your toaster, sir.
This is Shady Bob and Shady Bo. For those who are just tuning in, they run on.
This Shady Bob.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know, we didn't mention it the first time. He got his name
I got it.
because he is a clone
Let's go.
of me.
Yeah.
I'm Bob.
Yeah. Shady Bob.
He's Bo.
I'm Bo.
He's missing a B.
Yes, he's the Woogie Boogie.
B stands for
I don't
brain.
think you're good.
You know they used to say in the engine, you get a retard to timing?
They do that.
Can't say that no more.
They do that no more.
You can't say that no more.
Right.
The Wolf Mind cameras. You gotta say, engine's got slow belts.
So about
slow.
He's got slow belts.
Okay, I'd really appreciate us. Like,
Yeah, go ahead.
can
Do
I-
not fight the customers.
Hey.
Do not fight the customers. God, I'm gonna need you to fill this out. Just go ahead. What are they filling out? Go ahead, fill out 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna need your keys.
No,
We're
don't.
gonna need
You
your
don't
keys.
want to give him the keys.
We're gonna need
but-
your keys.
I'm
Corey,
just
we're gonna need your keys.
Where did you even put the keys in the
We're
toaster?
gonna need the keys. We're gonna take care of that toaster. We're gonna get everything all set. You get your
didn't-
social security number on there?
My social
Yep,
security
yep,
number?
yep. CID number.
This is
Just the last four. Just the last
We're gonna get
four.
back in the car.
Why do
You
you
good
need
with
to-
that?
I agree with
You
that.
gonna tell me to get in the back of the car?
We're gonna get back in the car.
No, they don't need to get in the back of the car. We're gonna need to get in the back of the car.
You need me to get in the back of the car for a toaster?
Just hang on. We can do the toaster without the back of the car.
All right.
All right, we'll be right back with a brand new functioning toaster and a car. We'll be right back there. Thank you for the keys.
Thank you, Shitty Bob and Shitty Bob. Okay.
1 star on Yelp.
It was asking for my mother's maiden name, the name of my first pet, and my high school mascot.
It's asking you what street you lived on in
Yeah.
97, I think, or something like that. I don't know how I was really supposed to keep up with these answers.
I don't. Boba Fett said that video wasn't worth this bit, which is pretty solid commentary all around. And that could mean that they, someone else just said, WTF is this? Welcome to the G4 Beach House. Hey. It's a work in progress. This is like the early access version of something.
Just trying, man. We're just trying.
Thank
stuff.
you.
Respect
And
the try.
sometimes not even that.
Yeah. So, up next, a late contender for a beer bash of the summer.
Oh, okay. Did she? Oh, I thought she knocked herself out with that first shot, but no. She's still surfing it. She's riding it.
What kind of beer inspires this wave racing right here?
That is,
Coors Light or Bud Light? What is
that's
that?
probably a White Claw or two.
Yeah, I don't know about alcohol. I don't know.
Okay.
Look.
That's all pro.
She got the Meg Thee Stallion knees. Someone in the chat says she is snug. Okay.
Okay. I am a fan and a half.
Yeah, she got skills on the board, though.
Stunting on the wave. Well done. Yeah. Damn,
Snack.
Some Natty Light action in the chat. I think Yucker Yum fans, I predicted this. Overwhelmingly delicious.
Do they put something on their feet to stay on the board? Like, how does that even work? You know?
No, I think it's just a real strong drink.
Oh, it's just talent.
Yeah, it's just Italians? Oh, talent. Talent. Yes, it's just talent. You are a fan of the water sports? You said no. Okay, Gina?
Here we go.
Gina, no.
Here we go.
Gina, 98% young, one of the most delicious. Not a fan of the alcohol, right?
Nah, I don't drink.
Body's a
man.
temple.
Yeah, man. I'm listening, bro. I love the fact that when I talk to people, I just love the fact when I talk to people and they say, "Yo, you 31 right now? Yeah, I just 22." I'm like, "That's what I like."
I haven't had that experience, so I can't relate.
I'm gonna get you right. I'm gonna get you right.
Like, in my youth, I used to get, I thought you were taller. And now I get like, wow, you look tired. Fun fact, that was said to me yesterday by guess who? Gerard.
Wow.
That was the second thing he thought when he met me. Boy, Kevin Pereira looks tired.
But I mean, he lives up to what he's doing. He got energy. He's cracking glasses. Out there.
Wow, he's doubling down. He's doubling down. Shady Bob? Okay. It's a good Shady Bob is within shouting distance, but don't worry, you won't be seeing Shady Bob anymore on this
Broken
stream.
glass on the move.
Ross, you okay?
I just got some glass.
Nothing too
Okay.
crazy.
Just throw it in the air, like LeBron and before the game.
I got it.
Okay. She's actually disposing of glass in a trash can right now.
She don't want to mess her Jordans up. Her
That's
shoes is
fine.
nice.
Yeah, she's got it. There comes a time in every man's life when he must let go of childish things. Oh, this is a rite of passage.
It's a moment of truth.
Yeah, this is it. The father figure nods.
Got the scruff, the hair.
And those socks look so comfy. They look like pillows for your feet.
The other thing I'm confused about is like I thought you had to have kids to reach this moment.
He may. I mean, and I may too. That's why I tuck in occasionally.
Ah.
But yeah, he is ascending right now.
New Balances, and they not even new. Is the ironic part. Them joints dirty. Them Goodwill Balances.
You gotta be just a little scuffed, just a little. They have to be seasoned.
Nice and tight.
Yeah, chat's related. My dad has those exact shoes, old Balances.
Why they go toe to toe like that? What was that? Them joints is off balance.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I can't throw the stones in my giant glass house because I wear the same flip flops usually every single day.
Man, I like the sneakers. I like the nuts.
They're
bro.
comfortable.
Yeah. But
Have you ever rocked a pair of New Balances?
Actually, I'm from the DMV. I'm from DC. That's New Balances is a thing out there. The 993s, man. I gotta put you on.
Is it really?
Yeah. They don't look like that. They actually look cool, but
They make cool.
I'm being dead serious right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm more of like a get the Crocs and then get the cool charms to put in them. That's my fashion.
So you like to walk around like you going to the airport all the time in Crocs?
I will say this. My dear friend Cassim once told me, and it's my new favorite thing to say, is that you look like you're always on vacation.
I mean, that sounds like you at peace. That's a compliment.
That's right, and I appreciated that very much.
I envy that.
He didn't mean it as a compliment, but it was still. I took it that way.
That's when you hit him with the. You just hit him with the yo bad.
Yeah, you look jet lagged constantly, is what I'm trying to say. Overwhelmingly young. We love dad apparel. All right, here's a reason to take those tornado warnings that you get on your phone in case they blow it up. Take them very seriously. That man is shouting a news report into what I think is a vape pen. Like I think he's got a sick tank mod.
Nah, just like Avatar Aang appeared to me. That's the hidden air temple.
Look at that. There goes people's possessions, and they're like, okay.
That's like 2,000 a month in Cali, ain't it? Them tents.
Guys, I can take care of this one.
Okay.
You see, what your problem here is that your car is actually a tornado.
What?
That's right. Your car's a tornado. I can take care of that. It might take a few days. We got a few cars.
What year is that tornado?
Oh, that's a 93.
Oh, okay, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah.
Well, 93 Vortex.
That's a 93 dirt devil.
The problem is that the car is a tornado. Okay, how are you going to take care of that, sir?
Well, you just go ahead and fill this form out and just give us your keys. And you're just going to have to fill out 5, 6, 7, 8. You got any more keys?
I don't have any more
We're going
keys.
to need some more keys. We're going to need a few days. We got a few cars ahead of you, but I promise you that if you just leave it over the weekend, we'll be able to get to it. All right?
Where make and model do I put? Tornado?
What tornado? 93 tornado.
93 tornado.
Right now, Bo.
How many miles?
How many miles?
Yeah.
I don't look like I had 3 miles on it.
Okay, 3 miles per
Thank you,
hour.
God. Right now, Bo's out there fixing your toaster. Yo, Bo.
That's the sound of a toaster getting
Bo, you
fixed?
doing that toaster, Bo?
I want my car back.
Oh, your car?
No, you took my damn car earlier, and that's what I want back.
Oh, dang.
And I was trying to make toasted peanut butter and jelly.
Dang.
What was...
Bo, what happened, Bo?
Good news, bad news.
Good news, bad news, you said.
Okay, what's
What's the good news?
Good news, car fixed.
Car fixed.
Car fixed.
Okay,
That's exactly what we want.
okay. Good news, the car's fixed.
Bad news?
What's the bad news?
Bad news, you broke. Car.
You crashed.
Car.
Bad news, you
So it's
crashed.
fixed and broke at the same time?
Here's the keys.
Oh.
Thank you so much for coming to Shady Bob's.
You signed there, there?
I did.
Survivor
Wait,
78?
so the good
Why don't
news
you go
is...
get that car? Let's go get the car.
The car's fixed and now it's trashed.
Yeah, no, the toast.
Oh, the toaster.
Yeah, once you go and get the car. You go
Great.
get the car right now.
Great, thank you.
Bring the car back, Bo.
I really want a toast.
Okay.
Oh, that don't sound too good.
And that was the car this time?
Bo,
Good news, bad news.
good news, bad news. Guess what?
Oh, what?
Car's fixed.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, but there's some bad news?
Hey, bad news? Car crash.
Okay.
So sorry about that.
It's funny as a tornado because they're talking to each other.
Unfortunately, you signed out. Everything that we did was okay. Hopefully, you give us a good review on Yelp.
I'll give you a great review.
Thank you so
Shady
much.
Bob and Shady
I
Bo.
got back to
You
you.
get those keys?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Don't find the customers, bro. Don't find the customers.
I know, but I'm always shot.
Yeah,
Always shot all the time.
She's always stressed. She has got a gun on her right now.
Okay.
I got it right there.
I'm gonna leave you a review. How do I do that exactly? How do the folks know?
You go to Yelp.com, go to Shady Bob and Shady Bo's car repair center. Right there on the I-19.
Coming.
Small rear seat.
Yeah, let's go with that. That was a smooth experience. What do you think?
I have a lot of thoughts. A lot of thoughts
Me
about
too,
that.
me too.
Thank you, Shady Bo and Shady Bob.
It's gonna be okay.
The thing is, I genuinely loved every second of that. Like, it is what it is, but I love that.
Support small business.
It's yeah, exactly. I shop local. It says press conference breakdown, but I feel like we that ship sailed, right?
Right.
And that was supposed to eat up a solid 15 minutes of the stream. So maybe we bring back Shady Bo and Shady Bob to do a PlayStation conference breakdown.
I don't think they can fix
Chasm
that.
just looked up like a warrior, getting ready for one more tour. He had the suit coming off, and I was like, "What'd you say?" No, Shady Bob.
Who did?
Who's this?
No, Shady, you got yourself a sortie PlayStation?
Yeah, there was a sortie PlayStation, and they had you can fix the God of War.
Absolutely. I'm gonna need the keys.
Oh, you're gonna need the PlayStation
Keys to the PlayStation. Okay.
All right, but we got a lot of work to do.
That dropped to a 0.5 for me. Wake me when you need me. That man dead looked at you like, come on, bro. Like,
No, we got a little taste of the Sony conference, but let's dive in deep, shall we? Let's marinate fully. Now you're the professional gamer here. I used to play one on TV. Let's bring out Gerard. Let's bring out Frost. Let's dive.
I gotta ask you though.
Yes,
like,
yeah.
At what point because you said you're not the professional gamer. At what point did you stop? What point did you stop?
Oh, we never stopped playing, is what we officially say.
Isn't that the slogan of G4?
100%.
Get this guy out of here, bro.
Tattooed on my stomach. I'm not gonna show it though. Only on the OF. Only on the
Hey,
OF.
Yeah, only for G4.
That's right.
I had a tattoo.
So what was your favorite thing y'all saw?
What did we see, Frost? We started off with Knights of the Old Republic remake, which is very exciting.
Listen.
It's just kind of a
We're gonna show some of it.
we can
now,
show
yeah?
some of
Okay,
it. Yeah,
great.
it's just a little teaser boy.
Like a
Nothing
night
too
with
crazy.
Kevin. This came in hard and fast.
Hard to
Hey, yo.
Front-loaded everything.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Just, you're looking at this, you're like, what,
Sometimes
is
it's
that a
not even-
lightsaber?
So this trailer was a Minuteman, basically.
Yeah.
It was definitely a Minuteman.
We're gonna say 30 seconds tops.
Hey,
Good
yo.
30. It was
Look
30
at the
seconds.
size of the saber.
Look at that pump and dump, though.
Yeah.
That's what's
Boom,
Yep.
remake.
That
That's
man's
all
got
we
the
get.
glowing red
Yeah,
light.
Wait, so that's it.
No,
That's it.
put that screen back on. Do it again.
We'll get to it. We'll
Yeah,
get to it.
no,
Yeah.
Joey.
We're getting to it.
Okay, no. Right, pause right there.
Wait.
No, go back.
Okay.
Boom. That does not say remaster.
No, it says remake.
That says
remake.
Clarity. Remake, my dudes. Remake.
Right.
Not a remake.
Some would say semantics, but in this day and age, there is a distinct difference between remasters
Oh, yes.
and remakes, right?
For sure.
Yeah, especially because we had Final Fantasy VII remake, we got Dead Space remake, now
Yeah.
Spyro,
And I wanna be clear,
Spyro,
what-
Crash.
Someone shouted, "What is that?" I was putting the ball on the tee for a professional to answer that because I don't know the difference.
I was really cheating.
Remake is when they-
I was waiting for it.
A remake is when they redo all the actual mechanics to make it more modern, basically. Versus a remaster was the recent Mass Effect trilogy, where they just kind of updated the visuals.
You get new textures, new particle
Yeah.
effects, or whatever.
Maybe some cut content, extended parts.
Right. Like the Spyro remake, I remember in the 90s the camera was fixed, but in the remake you can actually control the camera. So it's just like simple quality of life changes like that to make it for modern people to play.
Where does like a please?
I was gonna say, if you've ever played KOTOR, it has definitely its quality.
It's some quality life updates, yeah. Well, so like, where does the new Diablo 2 fall under that? Because on
That
one
would-
hand, it's the majority seems to be new graphics, lighting effects, particle effects, but they did make some quality of life improvements to the game. So it's sort of like a weird.
I guess technically it would be considered a remake, even
Right.
though it's kind of built over the original
The
engine
core
and-
IP.
I don't
yeah.
think it's different enough. I would say remaster, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean it's
Only
hard
one
to
way
say.
to settle
The
this.
games look.
Fight?
No, when it comes out, we'll review it.
The thing is,
Oh,
Okay.
I was gonna commit
Guys.
to the bit and I was gonna throw this table, but I was like, it will not survive.
Look,
No,
we
nothing
already
will survive.
broke
Yeah.
3 glasses here that we're responsible for.
Right.
So and I
And
broke
the light,
that,
and my eye.
I have to pay for cleaning. Next up on our, yeah, there we go. That's a reminder of my.
Wait, I was gonna
failures
ask,
here.
because the KOTOR is the one BioWare game I didn't play. Does it have romance options in it?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my
I
god.
believe so.
Then I'm in there. I'm in there.
There's
Yeah.
some
The things you can do with the lightsabers in this game.
gay romance, full on.
Let's get it.
It was like one of the first games.
In KOTOR?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Moving on from KOTOR, there's not really anything else actually. We can just talk about KOTOR for the
We
next.
can marinate in this for the next 10
Yeah,
minutes if you
yeah,
want. But
yeah,
no,
yeah.
let's move it on.
We can stretch it.
We got a trailer for Forspoken, a new Luminous Studios Square Enix game. Couldn't tell you much about it. I didn't want to be rude to
There's
the
stomach
developers
punches in
by
it.
any means, but we have a lot of gameplay.
The cat physics. The kitty physics.
I have beef with game developers, man, in these trailers. Can y'all just show some gameplay, even if it's 30 seconds?
There's a ton of
There's a
gameplay
ton of
coming.
gameplay.
There's a
Okay.
ton of gameplay coming.
So here's my issue. This game, as an original IP, I did a quick little Google.
Okay.
It looks very dated to me. I kind of am expecting that everything on PS5 to look really gorgeous. I'm not like a graphics snob by any means, but this does look like a bad Life is Strange.
That's fair. Well, is this a PS4, PS5?
No,
type
it's a
game?
PS5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then you're right. You're
This
absolutely
is
right. Then.
Considered an open world travel game from Square Enix. It's supposed
Oh.
to be about fluid game movement. You're going to see it in a second. And it's.
What
they
does that
say
mean? Open world travel?
They
You
say
catching
you can
planes?
go anywhere at any time.
Okay.
So no
maybe
loading
you could open up
screens.
a portal and then sort of leap around to. Oh, that's different architecture, different time period.
I was
perhaps?
like, is it Shadow of the Colossus?
And I think that was Hogwarts.
Honestly, I honestly thought it was a Harry Potter game at first, and then we suddenly like started. It reminded me a lot of that game that came out recently last year during the top of the pandemic for like 2020. It was the Ubisoft. What's it called? It's like the Breath of the Wild clone by Ubisoft, where you're something Rising. Valkyrie.
Phoenix Rising.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Phoenix Rising. It reminded me a lot of that in the beginning, but then like the combat started taking place and it changed everything. At the end, I couldn't tell you what this game is. Very excited.
Oh,
to see
Chad
what
is saying
it is.
Immortals. Phoenix Immortals Rising? Or is it Phoenix Immortals?
I think it's Immortals Phoenix Rising.
I don't- Oh, okay, well, okay, now we're seeing some gameplay, though.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, kind of right. But
But that looked like some interesting traversal stuff. Oh,
Unreal
now it's
Engine
starting to
5,
look
probably.
like the Unreal Engine demo that they keep running to like show off Nanite, just not as visually impressive.
yeah, so I don't again.
I mean, look at the texture on that door.
Yeah.
Dude, this game is
I mean,
awesome.
if the textures look the way they do,
That shit
because
looks
the world is so
fucking
massive
dope,
and you can
dude.
get around to it so quickly, then okay, maybe there is a trade-off,
The
but
selling feature on Wikipedia is the massive world.
And the character kind
Okay.
of attractive,
That's
you
not
know what I
selling
mean?
feature to me because it can be massive. What does that do in there?
Right.
Yeah, what does that do in there?
this looks like a thing.
It looks cool.
Yeah,
I got to see more.
I need more information. That was my
Yeah.
only thing.
I just wish you should've made her hotter. Did you get that hotter actor?
Speaking, I think I don't know. It just didn't get me right away, but I'm excited to
First,
see
though,
more.
gonna
Like a hot
sound like
actor.
my brother says around the campfire to sound
Maybe
smart
you put an
before he goes
Asian,
on
an
an
Asian
iPad
hot
rant.
actor.
Like, I haven't forspoken about this in a while, but my doctor forspoke to me that
Yeah.
horse dewormer is
Y'all gonna be
effective.
talking about basketball and he brings it up somehow. Like vaccines. That doesn't remind me of
But like
NBA.
big titties. That was sick.
When I think of the NBA, I think of vaccines.
I forspoke of the
You know, I'm on
Chelsea
board with the
last
Japanese when they get like hot women to be like all fucking powerful and shit.
WNBA, 100%
Like-
vaccination.
Like the American way, the like Doom, they get like a big buff dude to fucking kill and shit and like lift up heavy shit. In Japan, they draw hot, skinny fucking like girls with like being all strong and shit. Like, that's how different they are.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is a wonderful game. Red Dead Online has been left to rot. All of their updates are actual horseshit. They just gave you a more in-game. Let's
Wait,
get this thing.
did they update the horse shit in the game?
No!
Oh.
Put it on your head now!
Fans have been clamoring for them.
You know the crazy part is too, like the community complains. Where's Grand Theft Auto 6? It's not out because y'all keep buying them shark cards.
If you're making
That's
money
true.
at the
He's
game,
right.
why make a new one?
That's right.
Ding, ding, ding.
Right there.
Yeah. Basically the plot of Free Guy. What else did we see? And then we got a couple of new IPs. We got a gameplay trailer for Ghostwire Tokyo, which was kind of a. This was showcased at the Bethesda conference a couple years ago, and
This is a new trailer?
a
Or
new
same
trailer. This is a
Okay.
new trailer. We didn't really.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, previously, not a lot of gameplay was shown. This is one of the first true like divulging gameplay aesthetics that we've gotten so far. Mostly it's been
Whoa.
cutscenes and story stuff.
That's a beautiful Shibuya crossing.
Yeah,
Still doesn't have that PS5 polish and thing.
It's hard to tell. It's a cutscene.
Yeah, right. Right.
I mean, this looks like in-game animation.
Okay,
not
that
necessarily
looks like
cutscene
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Right. So, but
This looks like this is
that's
very
gameplay.
in-game. Yeah.
That's gameplay.
It's like a magic game or something?
I don't know. It's giving me
You
like
said Bioshock. before.
PT meets Bioshock in a way in terms of hallway linear travel with powers.
A really interesting like play style could be really fun.
Yeah, he's right. It's like
Yeah.
Bioshock
Something like
meets
that. They have
fucking
another one,
PT.
Project Eve. that
Project
looked like
Eve.
That horror
Bayonetta.
PT that
Yeah, so
Kojima
Project
made.
Eve, we didn't talk about
A
it.
little
but we
horror
definitely
demo.
should. It was one of the early things they showed off. The trailer for that, we just kept saying, "Is this Bayonetta 3?" We don't know what it was because the protagonist looks very similar to Bayonetta. The gameplay looks pretty similar to those hack and slash types. But it looks really cool. I don't know if we have a trailer for it pulled up, but we can talk about it a little bit.
Huge girl with big butt in frame doing
Definitely an
hard
Ovilly game. If
This is during the
Ovilly,
Sony conference?
Yeah,
That's why
yeah,
she
yeah.
called in
Oh,
sick.
okay.
If Ovilly was here,
Yeah.
they would definitely be. There she is.
Yeah.
Look, there's Ovilly. We found Ovilly, you guys.
Hey.
There she is.
Hey guys, it's me. Ovilly.
Hey, Ovilly, how's it going?
She doesn't kiss me.
Project Nier plus.
Yeah, here we go.
Project Eve.
Here we go. Here's the trailer we got going. Very impressive stuff.
Oh
Looks
yeah,
very
this
cool.
is why
Yeah,
she's
look at
out
that
today.
sheen on the pantsuit.
Easy, steady. Hi-ya-ya's in chat, please.
More
if you could.
cutscenes. More cutscenes.
Yeah, a lot of quick time events.
It's kind of hard.
Whoa. Okay.
Transition.
That
That was a fire
a neat
transition, though.
visual, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
okay
it's
with
all
this.
about the big visuals here.
Yeah.
Big.
Huge.
Really
Voluptuous visuals.
Is there an ETA on this game's release?
I don't
I've
remember.
already released.
Honestly, I
Am
don't.
I right?
This is a beach house, you guys.
Yeah.
And we're 2 hours in? Or we're an hour in?
We're an hour in.
Welcome to Midgar.
So
You
is this,
saw the clock coming!
this man's like, he gets somewhere to be.
Genuinely like, all right, we're over time.
Yeah. Look, we're having a good time. If Ovilly was here, she'd be so excited about this trailer play right
Okay.
now. The
Is
Project Eve.
Is this the same?
I think it's the same game, yeah.
Oh,
Same,
okay.
we're still in the same.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
This is one of the longest
Oh,
trailers
yeah.
to play, by the way.
That's okay,
Definitely
yeah.
one of the longest.
It's crazy. They're showing a whole lot of nothing.
Do we think that
I
this
like
is all still cut?
A lot of cutscenes. Kind of gameplay here. Gameplay here.
Okay, there we go.
Gameplay,
That's what I
wanna
Gameplay.
Okay, X.
Mash it.
Excuse
then
me.
that's
X,
triangle?
X,
Right.
X, triangle.
I'm sorry,
Come
I thought
on.
it was 4 X's, then the triangle.
Come on.
My
Square, square, triangle, triangle. Get it together.
Counter.
You have to be able to play this game with one hand. That's why the comment
Ovilly's in chat, and she said she hates this game because it's not Bayonetta 3. Ovilly,
Oh,
This is a
yeah.
Nintendo
stop playing Final Fantasy 14 and play some Bayonetta.
Is that why she's
That'll
not here
help
right now?
you.
She's playing Final Fantasy 14?
Pretty sure that's why
She
she's
gotta
not
get her
here.
$15 a month
Well, I
worth.
was
Yeah.
talking about it in pre-show. I genuinely. Oh,
Hey guys,
Hey, yo.
it's Ovilly.
Oh, wow. Hey, Ovilly.
I'm so excited for Bayonetta and anime leaders and frogs. I love you.
Ovilly, what's your favorite part of this game?
The voluptuous boobies. My hair's so long. Ovilly, can you show us
how to say boobies.
boobas? Voluptuous boobas, right?
She's in the chat and she's on the set at the same time. She might be the most talented person on the cast.
Yeah, it's me, Ovilly.
Ovilly, can you show us your famous brown windmill?
That's,
I'm actually curious. What is that?
I don't want. No, I don't. Why don't we talk about the
Ovilly,
next
thank you
game?
so much for joining. Thank you.
Something JoJo.
That's
There
right.
you go. There you go.
I clear frame for 2 seconds, and Frost wants to see the brown windmill.
The
Okay.
brown window is again everyone
Okay.
here
Corey,
in
I'll
sessions
show you.
ever again.
That was supposed to be in your briefcase.
JoJo
It was
Adventure.
in your dossier.
I own the
that
NFT
didn't
of
get.
it.
Then from there we got a bunch of
Something,
announcements
George.
from Sony Studios, Sony proper studios. So your Insomniacs and your Santa Monica Studios.
Sure.
Insomniac announced a Wolverine game. Very exciting stuff. Unfortunately, although we all are very excited, no gameplay, just this
Just
single
a little
scene,
cinematic.
which we all saw earlier.
It
We
was
played
a
it.
fun game. because
It's
it
pretty
showed-
exciting.
It showed Marvel, and then Gerard and I were like, Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's got to be rated M though. I'm not trying to see no T-rated game. I want to see heads flying
right.
if we're gonna do Wolverine.
Oh yeah. Now this is Insomniac, the same team who wrote and worked obviously on Spider-Man and Miles Morales. Will be
yeah.
back on this game, which was
Ratchet.
That gives me hope.
Ratchet.
Okay, that gives me hope.
Which is crazy because moments after this, we got another trailer for Spider-Man 2.
Right.
And which is insane to me. 'Cause it's like
Sony is amortizing the cost of that acquisition.
oh, absolutely,
Yeah, big time.
They gotta make their money back.
Absolutely.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, and Wolverine, like the superhero coming out of Sony right now.
Yeah.
Let's not throw the Guardians out there. That one's made by I think Crystal Dynamics.
Yeah.
You're not a big Tomb Raider guy?
I like Tomb Raider, but the Marvel's Avengers, nah.
Yeah, they Eidos Montreal. It's not the same exact team.
You know what I want to see from the Spider-Man though, because it's gonna have Miles and Peter in it. It would be fire if it was co-op. You could play with a
That's the vibe. So that's what I thought right away.
With team-up moves.
Yep. Right here in this trailer, that's what I thought we were getting because you see them both team up on one baddie right here in this little cutscene, which I was like, what does that mean? Can you play as both of them?
And I don't know if you guys can
See,
hear
boom,
the audio.
boom,
if
boom,
you can
boom.
just hear us, but basically after this cutscene, it then cuts into this dark alley, and you just hear Venom.
Yeah, Venom's chatting away,
I
and
did not
then
hear that.
yes,
Okay.
they're chatting. They can hear him. He's breathing.
So you about to pull up and lick somebody.
And then he just reveals his face.
So there's no audio. Yeah, so they can only see the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be an incredible co-op experience. I mean, the amount of time, like I know that there was
I
fast
thought I
travel
heard
in the
his
game, but obviously
breathing.
the swinging mechanics were so pure. and so
I think that's the
thoughtful.
one open world game I did not use the fast travel,
That's what
especially on the PS5 because the SSD, like, it was amazing.
Yeah, and you would use your Venom powers to pop up and dash forward and swing all around.
Yeah.
And one of the few with New Game Plus where I actually wanted to go back and play it because you were unlocking moves that you didn't have access to the first time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever completed the game, Gerard, but
Never in my
when
life.
you do, sometimes
Yeah.
the developers bake in some stuff
Yeah.
to incentivize you to go back.
Have you ever
You know what,
completed
it's
the
not
game?
really finished
That sounds so good. I hope every developer does that.
How's No More Heroes going?
110 hours in. Thank you, Suda-san. Moving on, the next trailer, and maybe one of the, well, I don't know if the next trailer, but one that I'm not personally a fan of because I just don't like racing games. We got Gran Turismo 7, which looks pretty. If you like racing
Why are you not a
games,
fan of racing games?
Excited about it.
I like Mario Kart. I like fun gimmicky stuff, but like realistic
Like hard
racing.
simulation?
Yeah, it's just not for me. The gameplay just gets. I'll play it for like an hour and then be like, all right.
No, I'm the same way. I feel you. I'm like, why would I do that when I can go outside and race a real car? Like, I'm good off of that. I'd
Yeah.
rather do Mario Kart like a 30
Right.
and stuff.
Yeah, Mario Kart, party games. That's definitely more my vibe and
Throw
speed.
shit at your car normal?
No, that's a crime in the
Cigarette
state of California.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to throw bananas.
I don't want
out
to give the
window.
police any other reasons to mess with me. I'm
Yeah,
good.
yeah. But this looks beautiful, and that's the thing about these
Well,
games.
these
They
games are
look
always designed to be graphical
look
showcases. Yeah.
so good.
But now, is Gran Turismo still just mostly like track racing? Because Forza, what? What? Okay.
Oh,
okay.
okay,
All right.
okay.
I thought
You had a thought?
Forza kind of went in a slightly different direction. They still have all the track stuff, but then they have all the off-road and open world driving and the variety of vehicles. Is GT still very much like cars on track racing? Because I don't follow this at all. I plead full ignorance to this. So if someone could fill me in or even chat. I don't know.
I'm definitely not the dude, but I will say at the very least, I am happy for.
It's
It's still a sin.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Joey
But,
confirmed.
Joey
Shout out to
confirmed.
Joey.
Thank you, Joey. But at the very least, I am happy for those fans out there who get their games. You know, I think that's
sure,
the
for
important
sure.
thing. It's not for us, but like people who do get it, I'm sure they're jumping up and down.
Emu
right now.
Marauder in chat said that, for fans of the game, this is
Cops
very
are
exciting.
assholes.
We're
Yeah.
very excited to have this. And what's Frost withholding, someone asks.
No, it's just the photo mode alone. So,
Oh, it's so pretty.
Oh, yeah.
So pretty.
That they showcase and don't get me wrong, Forza,
Yeah.
good game. Gran Turismo, iRacing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And then we ended.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We
I
ended.
just got- you
we
have-
ended-
I was waiting to hear why Gran
Okay, guys,
Turismo is a
if you are
better
an
game than
actual
Forza. I'm sorry, Gerard.
simulation
No, it's
fans,
fine.
You should get iRacing. I'm a huge iRacing fan.
course,
and
yeah.
you can get a really cheap setup. You don't have to go and spend like a zillion dollars. Logitech makes a great control wheel that I think they have on sale around Christmas time for around $150. Really recommend it. And if you get an older used version, you can get it for even cheaper. It clips right onto your desk. Excellent experience.
And it's better than a Forza because the car simulation itself is
It's
more
just-
accurate? or
Well, they will, in iRacing, they laser scan the tracks. So it's like the most accurate that you can get. And when
Okay.
you're racing, especially if you're racing GT cars, the GT cars in iRacing are wonderful to race.
And you want it lasered because the road is then completely smooth.
No, so it has every single bump. So if you actually even then set it up to they call it, I always want to say Fnatic because I come from League of Legends, but Fnatic, there's like you can get motors that you connect your wheels to, and you can buy, like, if you really wanted to spend like $1 bazillion, and you can have haptic feedback
Oh,
motors.
like the force
Yeah.
will throw you
Big
all around like
cage and
that.
stuff.
Exactly, and so when
Yeah.
they laser scan the tracks, if you hit the same bump, you're...
Got
and
it.
You have to wear gloves. You look really ridiculous in a simulator wearing gloves, but I raced on a couple of them, and you have to wear gloves, otherwise your hands just get shredded.
I'm in.
That's
we
a
should
different
do
level of just what's the word I'm looking for?
like simulation or commitment.
Commitment is the word. I'm
Yeah.
looking for. It's a different
Yeah,
level of
yeah,
commitment.
I know. Yeah, commitment's tough to say for us around here.
The sad cowbell.
Wait, or iRacing, or I will always say it wrong. Assetto Corsa Competizione. ACC.
No, you
that's
nailed
another
it.
great
You
one.
nailed it.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the final trailer, I want to give a huge shout outs to Tiny Tina got some DLC with Borderlands 3,
Oh.
and it looks awesome. I'm a huge Borderlands guy. This trailer is very exciting. It's as if Tiny Tina's doing a D&D campaign.
Oh,
in the world
man.
of
I saw
Borderlands.
this. I didn't think much of it,
Yeah, very,
but
very
fucking
fun
Chris,
stuff here.
I
Very
know he's gonna
excited.
fucking love this.
But wait,
He's
this-
a big fucking
apparently
like
it's
fucking
not DLC.
Borderlands
Oh, okay.
person.
But
He
it
always
looks like-
asks me to play Borderlands with
It's like
him,
a looter shooter.
and I never do because I don't have it
It seems to be
downloaded.
standalone, but
I own it. I just
didn't-
don't have it
didn't get
downloaded.
conveyed to me in the trailer just because Borderlands 3, is still a newish game. It's been out
Sure.
for a while.
But this is like a more. This is like a Final
This one they
Fantasy.
had like staff
remix
with
or
amazing,
something.
like voiceover talent.
Not Final Fantasy, like
I
a
remember
fantasy
people were
remix,
chatting about it
magical
quite a
and
bit
shit.
At E3. And every single name of the person that's doing the voice in it has completely escaped me. So let's go back to talk about Simmons.
Kind of like Bioshock, huh?
What do you want to know? I used to
there's a-
host a show about Simmers.
Did you? We got to do a segment on that. We
I
should
can-
have the different wheels and show off the different games. And okay,
Look, go.
let's do it in 3 weeks,
Come on.
4 weeks.
Let's go.
We will do it right here.
What is that with them walking around? What is that? It's like a board or something.
That's their legs.
I don't know. I think there's maybe like a UI thing, like a level.
It's like, yeah, they
select
walk
maybe?
into like a level, like a
mission
different level or
choice.
something?
Yeah. But yeah, this looks really exciting. Very excited. I really like the guys over at Borderlands, the games they make. Very.
Everybody's
fun
watching us look down and watch the
Yeah.
trailer right now. We're all
But of course,
salivating over the visuals.
Of
but
course.
no, there was something on the screen. Just know that.
the big boy final note we got in this obviously was we got God of War Ragnarok footage.
Cool.
Very exciting. A trailer. I'm not gonna lie, we couldn't hear it because we were in shock as we were watching it, and you guys at home can't hear it because we're talking right now. But definitely excited to hear.
Dude, that ending to the original God of War remake. That's
So good. Some people in the office are playing it right now. We've been talking about it. They haven't beaten it yet.
No
but,
spoilers, but
no spoilers.
Rarely does a game shock me towards the end, but I was like, what? I was like, I'm ready for the sequel.
Oh yeah, I think we're all ready. Very exciting stuff here.
And this is still going to be. And we were talking about it earlier, but this is going to be PS4 and PS5. Did they say or did they show
You
on the
know
screen?
what? I don't know. I think I think
Can I
as
say
of
that?
now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Look at our visuals, man.
They're
So
asking
cool.
what's the release date. I don't think that was.
There was
confirmed,
no.
There
The
were no
only thing
dates.
that was officially revealed was
Q4 21.
They ain't
was
saying
the
nothing until
trailer.
they're 100% sure. I
No.
promise you that.
Yeah.
Ain't no people waiting for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did get a confirmation on the name though, which is Ragnarok.
Boba Fett says it's going to be both because more money that way. Yeah, that's probably
That makes
the case.
sense.
And just
Yeah,
like
they're
Corey was
saying
saying,
a
it'll
couple
probably
months
be
Yeah, I don't think it's just money.
There'll be a 60 frame version.
I think it's about accessibility.
Accessibility
They
is
want
right,
as many people playing this game, and there's 100 million users on PS4, so they'd be dumb to be like, no, don't.
Right. Gotta upgrade for it, even though you can't get one.
I think they would do it if the PS5 was readily available.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's the problem. It's
yeah,
not.
it definitely isn't.
To force you to buy.
Yeah, to force you to get that joint.
But it looks great, man. I'm excited to see what. Look at that! Boom. That's probably Thor. That's what we can assume.
That's the band hammer.
dude.
right there.
Oh. When you see games sometimes, Gerard, do you just like cry silently inside because you know it's going to take a while to complete?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Especially now we got jobs.
Yeah.
Like, when am I gonna figure out?
Yeah,
like,
That's the thing. When I started working in games, I had less and less time
That's
to play
the inside
games.
joke of the industry.
Oh, totally. I
I'm
can finally
too
afford
busy.
all the games I don't have time to play.
I am too busy playing games because I am too busy playing games. That's what I always
The
say.
older I got, the more I started to appreciate Call of Duty. I was like, I see why people still play this game. Hop in for 10 minutes and get out.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have time for this.
So we
Get
got
shredded,
Yuck
call
or
everybody a
Yum.
cheater, and then quit. That's what I do.
Yuck or Yum, please showcase you guys. What do you think? I'm going with Yum. We
I would
got
go
some
with Yum.
great titles, a lot of unexpected titles.
Way better than E3.
I'll go with Delicioso.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like we are all in agreement on the Yums and
Wait,
most. What?
Better though than Microsoft.
Yeah.
What did they show again?
I mean, it just depends.
Basically Halo.
I am not. I have a
And
hard
Psychonauts 2,
time.
which just came out.
I have a hard time picking a side because I'm not really a Microsoft guy, but I enjoy
But like
what they
between
do.
like E3, Gamescom, the
I would give
Nintendo
it to
Play,
PlayStation.
the Indie Showcase, Microsoft. So
I mean, they showed, like you said, I had to ask her, what did they show? She said Halo, and I was trying to think. I can't think of anything else that they really showed.
I just forgot they
It's
showed
just,
Halo at Gamescom.
it's just 1 hour of Game Pass, and I'm like, that's cool.
Right.
But they don't got no games I really want to play on there.
Great. So.
Those were exclusives to get excited for. Everybody said Yum. I mean, like, overwhelmingly, so there you go.
Speaking of Yum, we're gonna go ahead and toss over to Gina. Gina, what do you got going on?
Gina's gonna actually come over
Come
here.
over here.
Yeah.
Hi. Do
Hi.
I just leave?
Hi. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, bye.
sorry, I read that wrong. I'm gonna toss it to Gina so we can leave. We'll see you guys.
Thanks, Rod.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, Corey.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Get out. God.
Anyways,
What's happening?
hi.
What is
Kevin?
happening? Hey, Gina.
Hey, Kevin.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
What would you give the show so far?
I do not want to be associated with
That's
this
fair.
anymore.
Yeah. Okay. I got it. I got
Yay.
it.
10 out of 10 though. Yes, Ian. 10 out of 10. So,
All right, lots of love for your shirt in chat, but
Oh.
you're more than just great clothing, Gina.
Best boss.
Give them the substance to go with the style.
I also have great taste in food, and I have videos for you. Because food videos are fun, and I'm going to show you the best foods I can possibly find on the internet now.
Love it. What do we got? Let's dive into some food videos.
Okay, so in the 50s, kids brought their teacher an apple.
Yes.
It's 2021, and that's so old school. It's time to upgrade. Roll it. Look, he's hungry. Sometimes you want a snack.
What is going on?
You bring a snack to class.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
See that? That kid's going places. Not to college, but he's going
Yeah,
somewhere.
he's definitely going places. Yeah, he'll be bagging those for the rest of his life. I love the camera work on the pan to teacher. It's like, well, you got me. You got me. And that does. But that's going to be a tall order with that knife.
Yeah. See, now you know it's not a school in America because kids holding a knife and no one's freaking out. Right?
Knife, that's easy. That's the easy part. Don't worry about that.
We would have shot the watermelons here.
All right.
Right, Ian?
That's wow. Don't. I have to be here for this.
Thank you. That is a yum. The watermelon is a yum.
It's all delicious.
Yay.
And there we go. Cut it out. Yum.
Yay.
Don't shoot your fruit. Stop it.
Shoot the fruit. Shoot the fruit.
That's true. That
I'm not-
if a kid would have done it in America, that would have got so much fucking trouble. Like, is that a fucking knife? And you get arrested and
and
shit.
streams, right?
Yeah.
But in real
Could be
life, they say
fucking
don't
America.
cross the sauces. That's a totally normal saying.
I've heard that so many times.
Nuggies.
Nugget, Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
No,
come
no.
on. That's not okay.
Can't have that. Yeah, there we
Oh.
go. Pull him over. Oh!
Understandable. You don't cross the sauces.
You can't sauce cross, and if you learn one thing from this stream today, it should be that, friends.
Mm-hmm.
A great video and a free lesson in continuity editing. So well played to that TikToker. Was that a TikTok?
I don't know
Was it
what
a
they call it these days.
TikTok.
Them TV folks.
That's right.
the TV
Yuck or yum, chat, and I guess you're yumming the video, not the crossing of the sauces.
I
That's
wanna
tough because you got a delicious nugget dipped in intolerance, and it looks so tasty.
We don't put them together. We like them separated. Always keep them separated.
Overwhelmingly yum.
Now here's my favorite food video that I found this week. So we've all heard about the turducken. It's what you eat during Thanksgiving when you're sad.
That's right.
But have you heard of the legend of the capricicle?
The what?
Capricicle.
The capricicle?
Capricicle.
I have not heard of the capricicle.
Capricicle.
Pre-skickle. First thing you're gonna do
Oh, the
is hollow out the inside of your
pre-skickle?
pickle. Next,
Okay.
take your Skittles and just fill it to the top there. It's okay if you fill it. Then just take your Capri Sun, fill it to the top,
Capri Sun.
And you shove your straw right through the top, put it right on there, and then all the way down. There you go, a drink and a meal all in one.
No.
Take a few sips. Yeah.
God damn, that's good. Then when you're done, pour your straw out.
A little snacky snack.
Oh my god.
See?
No, oh yeah.
Oh no.
This is great. This is like some sort of white people boba. And you know what, Kevin? I want to honor your traditions.
It's not. This is not a white thing.
This is a white
I
thing.
mean, a lot of garbage is, but this is not a white thing.
It's just a white
This
people
is
boba.
not a white people
Absolutely.
boba thing. No.
I want to appreciate
no.
your culture.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
Whoever
yeah.
says white people don't have culture,
That's
wrong.
fair. This is our heritage. If you just poured some mayo on it, this would be. I would grab my tiki torch.
This dates back to 2021. So, of course, it's not a G4 stream until Gina puts something weird in her mouth, right, Kevin?
Oh, I've been saying it since day one, Gina.
Since day one.
Can't wait for it.
So we're gonna make your old traditional food
Okay.
from your people in Scandinavia.
Oh, my great grandmother's recipe?
That's right.
Oh, she loved the capricicle.
I exhumed her and got her recipe. So we got
There are
everything set
other
up
ways
here.
to get that. She wasn't buried with the cookbook, but all right.
There was no internet, but here you go. So we got here's all right. Let me make you feel more at home. Now, Kevin, have you ever hollowed out a pickle? Put your wiener in it? No. Well, we're not doing that today. We're gonna use this the way God intended.
The old.
The old capricicle. The greatest thing about this, Kevin.
I was trying to combine Vlasic and vasectomy, and I was vasectomy, but no, it didn't track. It's a pickle chief. That's
Oh, that
okay.
smells terrible. That's a good whiff.
That's
right
a
there.
that's a pickle. Can confirm.
Yep. And then you just pour a little bit of this in there, Kevin. Now the best thing about hollowing out pickles, now you can hollow it out as much or as little as you want. And if you microwave it a little bit, it feels like the real thing. And
yeah.
it's a nice little snack for you
For
afterwards.
some, too much wiggle room. Though.
There we go. There we go. Now look at that. Ain't that something nice? My finger's gonna smell like this for
When
the rest
sex
of the
is
week.
like operation and you can't touch the sides, it's not satisfying.
And then we pour some of y'all's traditional juice in here. There you go.
Oh
That's
yeah.
nice and,
No,
there you go.
the white nectar. There it is.
The juice of the colonizers, they call it.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know that that's what they called it.
Then you top it over here. Nice little topper there, and you got yourself a little snack, just like Grandma made in the South.
Okay.
Isn't that nice?
Now, here's the thing. In that video, we heard a little bit of the consumption, but we didn't really see it.
Yeah.
So, Gina, if you want to enjoy the food of my people.
Of course. Now the best thing about this, Kevin, is that we have two.
Oh, I don't know that that's the best thing about this.
Kevin, look at this, Kevin. Look at this. We have a hollowed out. Is that a peanut in there? No. Ooh,
You don't have to.
Oh my God, what is that? Why is it?
Yeah, these ones are bleeding out.
Who made these?
You know when you do a shot, you gotta lick the salt. That's what that is right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, depends for her. Okay, that's your local store now. No leaking, wingless.
Look at this. Hold on. Look at this. Look at this. This is very foreign. Yeah, I don't know how close you can get, but yeah. All right, there it is. What is going on in there?
Why is it that color?
I guess this is when you're my age, you're supposed to get this checkup.
Oh, jeez. Oh God, do we
Can
have
you pour some of your Capri in there, please?
Yeah, I
so
can pour
get-
some of the Capri in
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Just-
juice me.
Yep, there you go.
There we go. All right.
Good old colonizer juice. Oh,
Okay.
why is it?
It's got a frothy top to it, like
white-
a kombucha.
Oh God. It's fermented.
That's a good pour.
Why is it?
Perfect amount
Oh,
of head.
God. Why are my eyes watering? I mean, okay, we gotta commit to this, Kevin. All right.
You did
So-
this. Literally, you did this. This was not.
It's true. So we take a little
Cheers.
We take a little sip.
And it's not a size thing. Let me be clear. I'm perfectly fine with the way these shots have been arranged. I'm a confident man.
Yeah, please.
I'm okay.
Compare and
Yeah.
take note of which one looks better. We're not gonna judge you. Oh.
Got it.
And then you take it out, and then you just.
And the way yeah. Okay. And that's the table. And the delicate dance on the palate, the way the flavors combine, it's like a gathering of juggalos right on your tongue. And
Again, it's like a divorce in your mouth.
that's right. Yeah. Yeah, the buds get joint custody. And,
And that, ladies and gentlemen, the traditional
if you're into ASMR,
recipe,
let me tell you.
it just won't go down. It's going up my my nose.
No?
Swallow it,
Do you need a napkin? Do you need a napkin right now?
Finish that quick. I'm gonna swallow it.
What? Okay.
It tastes like it's like a gym sock. But
Look
like
at the inside. This is like a haunted Hot Pocket. Look at this thing. It looks like it has teeth.
oh, it's not good. And yet, look,
No, it's not good.
why would it be good? What my skin?
Is it good though? No, it's not good.
Takes some economic insecurity.
It's so acidic that it washed off all the color in the Skittles. It's just all white in there.
Yeah. Yeah, this became a tracer food.
Yeah.
It looks like you're eating a pocket of teeth.
Ew, why would you say that?
It does look like it.
I mean, it's so much work. I can't swallow the candy.
You see chat screaming at you to swallow it?
Oh, go ahead.
No.
Wait, hold on, wait.
This is the only time we'll allow that abuse on this channel. Okay.
Wait. Hold on.
Well,
What's wrong?
Is it good though?
it is. This is a Skittle.
Oh, God, that was awful.
This is a Skittle.
Ugh.
This is a Skittle that has lost its coloring, as Gina said, because it was marinating in Capri Sun like a friggin' penny in Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
This thing has been stripped of it, and we just put it inside of our belly.
You ever sucked on a penny all day? I'm assuming
Yeah.
this is what it tastes like.
That looks like Alien Roe.
Yeah.
Like those are just
That's
little,
fucking right,
little
yeah.
alien babies
Oh,
there
God.
on the plate. You really,
I mean,
you really
lame.
made a delicious mess.
Yeah. That's white boba, ladies and gentlemen.
White boba, the food of my people.
I'm gonna save this for
This
later
is my
tonight.
culture. It's all I have.
Oh, God. Sorry about the mess. Sorry about that.
No, you're not. I
No,
can tell you're not.
I'm
but
not.
You can take it away if you
But
like.
you know what, Kevin? I'm gonna show you something else that you like. Not just not just food videos,
Yeah,
but I like pranks too.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got me good on this one, Gina. Don't get your shirt messy there.
For some reason, I only prank myself, and I'm the only one that's.
I'm not convinced that this entire beach house isn't an elaborate prank. Like,
right?
this is like a new marathon punked for me, professionally and personally.
Oh God, my whole career is a joke. All right, look. It just sits right there, doesn't it, Kevin?
Oh, it sure does. I feel
Yeah.
it tumbling around that sugar-free Red Bull that I mistakenly chugged right before this stream.
I can feel your ancestors.
Well, that's their space now.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah,
so-
they
colonize.
They get it. Yeah.
My stomach.
Manifest destiny
There
is
you
what
go.
they say, from top to tail, from sea to shining sea.
Yep. From butt to shining butt. All right. So, I brought some prank videos also.
Oh, I guess our stream just crashed too, which is just perfect, right?
Did we?
Hey!
Yay!
Welcome to G4. We can't afford broadband.
If it crashed while I ate that, I would have been pissed.
No, it's there. We
So
got it.
pissed.
But the thing is, everybody has to refresh, and then the view count drops, and then someone in analytics catches on fire.
Yeah, not me.
They're like, what? I guess you can't have snack food on stream ever again.
I did my job.
No sugary treats. Apparently, kids hate it.
I did my job. This is what I do to secure my job here, okay? I put things in my mouth.
No pickles on stream.
No pickles.
Guys, we got the analytics back on the dill. We cannot have any pickles on stream. It's not SEO.
Is it good though? Is it good though?
All right, Gina, we missed it. Make another and eat. Nope. No.
Yeah, no, the stream dropped. They're gonna need you to use one more of the capricical. No, Gina, you were saying you love. It's a prank, bro. You love pranks and prank culture. So give us a deadly dose of it right now.
Yep. So I brought some videos. The first one, look, most stores except
Is it
MasterCard
good though?
and apparently your friend's nipple.
جيب شبكة.
أنا أقول فاوض زي ذا.
Okay. Wait.
شكرا من دي شكرا.
Oh, Gerard Butler is pissed. You said you were paying for the capricicles. That is great. Yeah. Okay, that's great. Are we still yucking yummy?
Are we still? Yeah, we're still yucking yummy.
We are still in video taste test. What's it matter, friends?
See?
What's it matter?
It's September. Apple just announced Nipple Pay.
Nipple.
Yay.
Just press it against the glass. It works like magic.
I wonder what other parts you can scan.
Pretty much anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Just hold it.
I mean, the NFC chips are like a grain of rice, so wherever you want to put it. That's fine.
That's fine. Wherever you want to fill it today. Just go to the account and just
squat to pay.
There you go.
Overwhelmingly yum. Delicious. And I'm sorry, Mrs. Hokage. I'm so
that's
sorry.
right. Hi, Mama Hokage.
Like my boy left and it got dirty.
Oh, sorry. My next video here. You guys ever you've gone to cons? You've shared some hotel rooms with people, right?
Oh yeah.
And people snore.
They sure do. Yeah.
And sleep apnea is a serious problem, so it's important to occasionally record yourself sleeping, right?
That's not where I was gonna go with that, but okay, sure.
Knocked out.
Oh man. Oh yeah. That is a silent library challenge if I've ever seen one. That is it's hilarious because he's I guess not getting enough oxygen to his brain when he's sleeping.
That's the best part.
Right? That's
He's dying.
We're watching him die. But synchronizing the movements to it. Mwah,
We
right?
love that. We
Right?
love that. Don't save him.
What?
Record a video. We don't need to save him. Oh, look, and an overwhelming yum.
That's right.
Yay!
You gotta jam a capricicle in his mouth hole. That'll save him.
That's also the sounds we made earlier while we were gagging and dying and throwing up.
I tasted the rainbow.
Now, I know it's a simple take, but the key to nailing any interview really is confidence. That's how we got our job here.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
You have to be confident.
I don't usually mind overtime. It's like,
I don't recommend you drive while we do this.
oh no, I'm not. I'm parked up now.
Thanks for the show. My name is Diane Coffee and I'm from today.
He's in a drive-thru.
May I have a fish sandwich, please? No. Oh yes. Fish sandwich, please. Saturday and Sunday. Just one fish sandwich. That'll be all.
480, please, per round. Thank you.
Thank you. Saturday and Sunday is perfect. No, I'm parked up. I'm in my car right now.
I can see that you're ordering a fish
You're
sandwich
crazy.
while you're doing this interview with me.
No, I'm not ordering anything. If I was, I'd be at Popeyes, because...
Lady, let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
It's not.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, shit.
Like instantly so good. When he's like, no, I'm parked, and you can just see the background slowly moving behind him, and then
That
the
is
fish sandwich.
Gaslighting 101. She didn't know. You don't know what you're talking about, lady. Come on.
I would watch his gaslighting TED Talk for sure.
Exactly. I would hire that guy.
I'm shocked anyone voted yuck on this. I thought for sure going to be the first 100% delish.
Yeah.
That should be full yuck. How dare you, Gina? I was gonna say thank you for joining today, but then I remembered then my stomach just soccer kicked me. I felt the cleat. I don't know what appendicitis feels like,
but I'm pretty sure this is what it is.
I'm pretty sure I got one right now.
I think we know.
I'll be at
There's a feeling
Popeyes.
about to burst in my belly with that the pickle skittle, the squid. What do we call it?
The
That's. I hate you for what you did to me today. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing your culture with
Gina,
me.
darling, internet. You gotta love her. Now, if you're just tuning in, I'm sorry. Also, you might be wondering, there's something broken with this internet stream because clearly this man is too old to be on it. And I say nay, because even this old dog can learn some new tricks with the help of my young friend here, Fiona.
Boom, everyone.
Yeah, it was all right. Do you want to say? Do you want to? Whoa! Do you do Foley work?
I do it all the time, actually. It's on the weekends. Yeah, I'm back.
I'm
with
like my
awful
stomach is
TikToks.
legit unhappy about
Yeah,
that
you
last
smell
bit I
like
said.
shit.
I know. I didn't do shit.
Yeah, I just do shit. I didn't make shit. Well, you ate a lot of pickles.
I know.
It's not good.
It's caffeine. It's Red Bull. It's the capricicle.
GG's.
Yeah, it's not good.
That's a good game right there. Well,
Zoom or boom.
I'm
What
back
is
here.
this about, Fiona?
Well, this is about the TikToks that I show you guys and no one chuckles or laughs.
That's right.
Because it's maybe a little too zoomer for you guys. As you might be well aware, I'm a little on the younger side in this group of people.
Yep.
Woo! Thanks. Listen, I just have some TikToks that I just want chat to vote if it's a Zoom or a Boom.
Okay, so Zoom if, hey, you're too old to get it.
If you don't get it.
Boom if
you get it. I guess if there's a punchline, because that's what Zoomers are. They don't have punchlines.
That's
it
right.
Just
it's funny because it's
happens.
ironic. We
It's
just didn't even care
random.
about the joke. Yeah.
We don't care. Why should I care? World's ending.
Did you see the ice caps?
Yeah, who cares? I got metal straws. I got plastic straws. Doesn't matter.
Laugh at some videos then,
Yeah,
huh?
listen.
We're gonna bridge the gap today.
We're bridging the gap, and we all have to do our part to protect the environment, and technology can be a big part of that effort.
Oh.
This is what planting up to 1 billion trees per year looks like.
Wow.
Bombs filled with seeds and covered in clay.
Oh no. Okay, I actually really like that one.
I showed that at the office. No one got it.
That's not true. I liked it.
I know.
I
got
liked
a little chuckle.
Got a sensible chuckle.
Very
from me.
Zoomer. Oh, wait, Boom. Listen, use hashtag Zoom or Boom in the chat to vote.
Right.
Boom.
Look, I liked it though,
to
and so
me-
I think that would make it boom.
You see, to me, I felt that was very Zoom because they didn't even key out the tree.
No, not at all.
Like, it was just a PNG that they got off.
They would have added transparent to the search.
Yeah, that
that'd
was
been fine.
it. Like, they could have just done that.
If it
but
had the
they
great
didn't.
checkerboard background and
Yeah.
still wasn't transparent,
Yeah,
then
exactly.
that maybe be.
Yes, but no.
Yeah.
It was just, honestly, very surprised by chat. It's a Boom.
I agree. I agree that
I
it's
thought
a boom.
it was very Zoom.
No, you found a crossover video.
I thought
Zoom
it was
to you, but it's boom to us.
Really, I thought it was Zoom. Well, listen, I mean,
Your Zooms are boom.
I know. Well, we're bridging the gap here. And isn't it so random and weird when a dog just like flies out from the heavens and drops down on your Toyota Prius?
What? Oh! That's the new Matrix trailer.
Can we play that again real quick?
Yeah, we can.
It just dropped from who knows where.
Oh, but the guy in the back is like delivering food, like gig
Uber
economy,
Eats.
right?
Uber Eats.
Okay.
There it is.
I mean, that is magic.
Imagine seeing that at dead of night. What is that? It's August 1st, 2021.
Oh, I remember it well.
You remember it well?
Oh, like it was yesterday.
Dude, that's my
Chat,
birthday.
vote, Zoom, boom.
That's
How are we
fucking
feeling about
scary.
this?
And
That was
I
my
don't
birthday.
know how I will even vote in this if I was in charge.
I was
right now,
literally
because it was
born
a
in
fine
August
video.
1st.
It's a fine video.
But
Holy
Drew,
shit.
did you get a particular enjoyment out of it that you think I couldn't get because
That weird ass video happened on my
Listen,
birthday.
Kevin, let's not pretend like we didn't see these videos before. I showed the whole group.
Yeah.
No one laughed.
Well, no, not really. I mean, it was.
No one chuckled.
It was a bit of a surprise, but you're saying you found it funny.
I thought it was interesting. I thought it was interesting. A boom again.
It was close, but that was a boom.
I think we might be. The gap might be getting smaller.
Okay.
Well,
Or
listen.
you're getting older. Your taste, yes, your taste might be maturing now. You're finding videos
God,
that
I
you're like,
wish
this
I
is only
could.
funny to me, and the old people in the room are like, this is great. This is
hope
my kind
that's
of
what I
internet.
can wish for, so I can at least get a laugh in the meeting.
It's usually dead silent.
dead
Everybody's like,
silent.
I guess Fiona brought that one to the party, huh?
Yeah. And then Cassim looks at me like, what was that? All right, well.
So this one's mine.
Mm.
And because like you have taught me so much throughout the many times, I think twice, we've
Yes.
done the Boomer Zoom
did
or
it
Zoomer
once.
Boom segment. Yeah, well, this is the second.
The second
Yeah,
one,
okay, yeah. And you have taught me so much, Fiona,
Yeah.
that I would like to play a video and see if maybe that bridge hath been gapped.
Maybe. We'll see.
So recent polling suggests that in 2021, more people than ever suffer from imposter syndrome. And right now, okay. As a boomer, I wanted to throw my phone into the ocean.
Right.
But the Zoomer brain in me was like, first of all, started with Among Us, right? And
That's super
not
Zoomer.
sus fam.
That's right.
Right?
Exactly.
Right? Call a meeting. Emergency.
emergency
sus.
meeting.
AOC. Out. Because she played.
Right, she did play
Right.
it in
Okay.
that big group.
2.
Yeah.
LeBaron James.
LeBaron James.
He knows this LeBron, but
Now-
he's saying it and spelling it wrong on purpose because
Yeah.
he's a Zoomer. He doesn't care.
It's way too random.
Right?
That was like a
Right.
little too
And then,
close. Yeah.
water balloon goes squirt, squirt, squirt. Oh, loud noises.
There's
And it's
Zoom.
over.
They got Zoom.
I did it. I did it.
Play it again in your dreams.
No.
In your dreams.
No.
I have a concussion from watching that. I don't know what was happening.
But it was Zoom.
I guess so. Yeah. All right. Good one.
Oh, but some people are saying they didn't get to see it because of our stream went down.
Oh well. I'm not playing that again.
All right.
I don't want to play that again. Listen, speaking of food and the fact that you housed a pickles with Skittles in them. I know. There's a 5-second rule on food hitting the floor and a 2-second rule on your gag reflex. All right. And back in.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
I thought that was I love that he just threw it up back in the
A
mouth.
culinary U-turn.
Yeah, there was no like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that again, but
No.
it was just back in there.
No time. Let's play that one again.
Yeah,
though,
let's play
shall
that
we?
one again. Let's
Yeah.
play that one
Enjoyable for me. Yep.
Yeah.
That's fun. The boomer in me knows that I'm going to have to consume most of my meals through a straw in no time.
Right.
Most of my meals will be blended, soup and broth based.
Right.
So I appreciate that. The Zoomer brain in me
Yes.
goes, loud noise.
So funny.
Slurpy slurp.
So slurpy
So
slurp.
ASMR,
It's
much
so,
wow.
Yeah. Slurpy slurp, yum yum.
Right?
That's so Zoom, yeah. I agree. It's Zoom.
It is Zoom, okay.
It's Zoom.
I lost track of how this segment works, and I don't know if that's
I don't even know why I'm here. Yeah. So
If you can figure it out, please tell me.
Yeah, I will.
Hey! Y'all remember the show Cops?
I don't.
You don't. But for those who do remember Cops, its tone has certainly changed over the years.
Hate this video. I know.
Right?
Oh!
He got arrested fighting for you. Defending you. Defending you. And Fiona acts like she hates this video. She has to see it 3 times.
I did.
Earlier today. She said, let me see it one more time. In fact, let's show it once more for
asked
Fiona.
her.
Why not? Yeah, there it is. He did this for you. Hands on your back. Boys against the wall.
Why? This is so cringy. This is just cringe. It's not even Zoom or Boom. It's cringy.
I don't know. Chat's voting right now, and I think they're going full Zoom.
Full Zoom.
This
such
is a trend.
Oh, it's so
A trend of your
awful.
people, the TikTokers.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is something that they're
I
doing
don't
right now.
like
is feigning arrest.
I really don't like this.
Mhm.
I don't want to claim that. That's not me.
You
That
can't-
ain't me.
You can't distance yourself from your generation.
Oh, it's so awful.
You got to take
so
the good
bad.
with the bad, the Zoom with the boo.
So bad.
Chat voted Zoom, and I think that means I'm winning. I am winning
You are
this
winning.
somehow. I don't
How-
know the rules,
what
but I
are the
am winning
rules?
this.
I guess so.
Yep.
You're always win.
Do
You're
you
a
have
white
another video?
man.
That's right.
Thank you. All right, listen. Sometimes moments in evolution happen right in front of you. Yeah.
I don't like that.
Doesn't have any bones. Slithers around like it has no bones.
Get that water snake some
That
bones.
water snake, that guy needs some bone. That's bone water.
Put him in the bone broth.
Yeah,
Let
put
him grow
in
a
the bone
skeleton.
broth. That's bony.
Now, is this like a dance challenge? I don't get why this is Zoomer Boom.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's Zoom because, as all Zoomers, we want to.
This is terrible.
die.
Whoa! No! No!
I
No!
relate to the eel so much.
Wait.
Sometimes,
Is G4 your aquarium?
yeah, one day you'll see me slither off into the wilderness.
Just flop out the window.
Flop out the window like the
Bounce
PS5.
around. Basketball, come in here.
Basketball.
Put her out of her misery.
Take me out.
Okay, people are voting Zoomer Boom. I
Right.
don't know how to feel about this one.
It's very, I feel like this one's pretty neutral. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we're still getting a lot of zooms, but I feel like it's neutral. You got the joke. A fish.
What was the joke?
No, the joke was the fish came out of the water. That doesn't happen. That's the joke.
That goes against God and
It
science.
makes no goddamn sense.
I get these Zoomers now.
Yeah.
They just want to be contrarian.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
want to buck the system.
They want about the system. Well,
Okay, it's overwhelming Zoom. All right, listen. I think I'm going to end this now with one video.
Sure.
I'm all in on this one. Did you just check your watch?
Yeah, I want to get out. I'll leave.
That was the most honest thing that's happened to the stream today. She's like, yeah, okay, yeah, we got time for one more. I got The lift is gonna be here any minute. Let's go.
I'm sorry. All right.
And it's this video. I'm all in on this one. I'm gonna bridge the gap. I'm gonna go from boom to zoom, an elevator surprise, and a morning surprise.
I'll just take the next elevator.
That's funny.
Right?
That's funny. That's funny.
It's objectively funny.
But I'm telling you, these pretty boys that are just doing cringy things.
Oh, I
it's
hate it.
not
Every
what I
time
want.
when I click the heart to let
It's
it know,
weird.
like every time it comes up, I click the heart to let it know. Like in my heart, I hate these videos.
Your For You page is probably just pretty guys looking into the camera.
The algorithm knows that I hate that
Yeah.
because I interact with it all the time. I swipe back to it.
Yeah.
I watch it again to make sure I still hate it. And every night before I go to bed or try to go to bed for hours, I'm watching these attractive young boys
Yeah.
on TikTok. And
You really like
just
those.
out of spite.
Kevin really likes those attractive young boys.
Get them off my feed, TikTok. Thank you. Yeah, and I try to watch them all so there's none left so I can finally get back to
that
the
makes
content
total
that I like.
sense. That's so boomer.
I'm like Gerard with young boy videos. I gotta complete them.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Got it. Well, hey, listen, guys.
What was it, Boomer Zoom?
This is it for. I'm gonna leave now.
Me too.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Frost.
How's hour 3?
I'm burping up pickle Skittles.
Yeah, please stand and
Yeah,
breathe
I'm
that
sorry.
direction.
It's real bad. There's nothing I can do about it now. So here we are.
Guys, I'm gonna be really honest. They always let me on camera, and they're never quite sure which direction we're gonna go. I'm supposed to read the prompter, but I never quite do.
That's right.
That's
I'm
it.
just shocked you're not playing Pokemon Unite during this segment.
I have
You
to
can if you want.
practice my
I know.
mechanics.
She has to practice her Pokemon.
Did I miss my hit?
What is why? The old Big Papa.
I'll give you $5 if you need it.
All right, rip it open for me. How much just to chug the juice?
10.
What are the prices going up? Get out of here. I'm sorry, Brian. It was like an eel coming out of an aquarium.
To be fair, I don't understand what the camera person is doing. That's what I find funny about these videos. It's like the video itself, the content, but the camera person is just watching that eel. Save him.
Yeah, do something.
Get him a bucket.
No. Nope. They're like, they got their meme. They're good.
Anyway.
Now, normally when you come on, yes, we don't know if you're going to read a teleprompter or get us flagged for a terms of service violation.
I'm not the one liking little boys on TikTok.
I hate them, and I wish they would stop showing me them. I have a special phone that I use just to view those TikToks because I don't want that on my regular phone. I hate it.
To be fair,
I watch it. I go into my Faraday cage.
When
I
I-
cover myself in aluminum foil every night, and I make sure I get through all those little boy videos so they're not on my main.
when I got back from China, I put my phone in the microwave. I was like, not today, CCP. Nuked that shit.
These are jokes, friends, by the way. It's all jokes. But now,
because anything we do here is serious and real.
when you come out to set up the video, sometimes you have to give the disclaimer, nobody died.
Nobody died.
Is there anything you want to say to set up today's series of videos?
So, guys, I really like animal videos, because the thing is I get really upset, and I Am Legend is a perfect example about this. People always care more when the animal gets hurt than when the person does. And do not get me wrong, I am all for animal love. We're supposed to take care of them. They're cute, they're cuddly, I love them.
Sure.
But when people are dying left, right, and center, and everyone's like, that's fine. But when the dog
That's their choice.
gets his little paw hurt, and everyone's like, the tears are like grown men are just sobbing in the cinema. I was like, what is wrong with humanity? Anyway, I love animal videos because it proves that they're just as stupid as us.
Wait, that was the disclaimer. So are you about to watch animals get hurt? What are we?
No, it's just cute animal videos. Well, sometimes they get hurt.
No.
Wait, be calm. Can we do the dog one? I love the dog one.
Okay, well let's watch some cute animal videos. What do we got?
What? Wait, who is the fake ass MGK? Is that okay? Everyone always calls me Machine Gun Kelly. I just want to say this, Twitch chat or YouTube. Machine Gun Kelly is dating. What's her name?
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Fox.
So you know what? If I'm Machine Gun Kelly,
Then I'm Megan Fox.
She did.
Megan Fox? Yeah.
Oh my God! Hey, please.
Dating Megan Fox.
I'm in the middle of a show right now.
And
I
you
can
know
wash your motorcycle later.
Machine Gun Kelly gets to work with Travis Barker, the best of Blink-182, who's also dating
I was gonna say,
Kylie Jenner, I
all
think?
even against Machine Gun Karen.
The one with kids that's not.
One of the Kim Kardashians. Courtney. Yeah, so I'm compliment. Keep coming at me.
Welcome to the TMZ4. What other hot gossip do we got?
I don't know, roll the clip.
Okay.
Oh!
I actually think I just watched a divorce.
Yes, you think a husband was behind throwing the...
Absolutely,
Yeah,
that was a husband.
that's fair,
And
that's
to be
fair.
If that was my wife, I'm throwing that.
Now, how do you feel about... Because in that video, dog didn't probably get hurt. Human may have gotten hurt. Is that okay?
Well, I mean, yeah, they're probably both okay. They walk it off. The dog could have died. That could have been a shark in the water.
The dog could have died, and if that's what we learned today, then we all walk away with some knowledge. 100% yum? Okay, it was just too early in the poll. All right, it's I don't know, it's still
No one's
overwhelmingly
gonna
yum.
yuck that. Someone shot again.
Yeah,
Someone
let's shot
falls
again.
off
Yeah,
into
it's
water.
fine.
There's no death. No one's breaking a bone. Someone is just getting pranked.
Goodest boy's getting that bone. Get there. Oh, that's physics.
Wait,
That's fun.
What's the lead up though? Do you think that he was just sitting there because we know it's a guy? He was just sitting there. And he had the stick, and he saw his moment. He's like, "I'll wait."
Honey, you're doing great. Pause. Okay. It was yum. It was yum.
Okay.
Ross, we got 2 minutes.
Oh, wait.
We got 2 minutes.
I'm gonna read it again. One of my biggest fears is that after you die, you're still around, but no one can hear you scream, hear or see you.
Oh. Okay.
I believe Gina said that that's future Gina trying to warn current Gina not to do something stupid.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The thing is that's not actually a real cat. That's one of those stuffed animals that like old ladies have on their coffee table.
What?
You don't have this?
No, I don't. I'm not an old lady.
Okay.
Contrary to popular internet belief.
I can stretch this out for 2
I've
minutes.
seen the cats that have like the fake stomachs that rise and fall. Is
Yes,
that what you're
okay,
talking
no, this is perfect. So I went off to school and I was all by myself. I didn't have roommates for like the first time that I was at uni.
Sure.
And my mother is a crazy cat lady. And her
You
way
don't say.
I know. Her way of bonding with me because my landlord didn't let me have cats is she bought me one of those cats.
Like a fake cat
that
with a belly.
breathes.
Because they are very realistic looking.
And I had that on my coffee table. So
Why
when
would you put that on your coffee table?
Where was I supposed to put it?
On the ground, on the couch, anywhere, but where...
I just had it on the coffee table. So we'd bring girls home because I'm in college. So I'm like, yeah, let's, and they'd see it and they'd immediately turn out. I've never been so
You know you
cock-blocked
found the
in my
right one
life.
when they love the... Well, all right. I'm not going to touch that. Overwhelmingly young!
Scavengers aren't predators until they are. It's almost done.
I know. Let's do 2 a week.
Here we go. Pounce, pounce, pounce. Yeah, spoon, found it.
Oh no!
Fuck, get him! Yes. Get it.
Cuck fillet. Right there. Right in front of him. That's the best part, is just chomping down on that right in front of him.
But wait, the camera guy, he saw that
He knew.
coming.
He
didn't
trained
warn him.
that
He didn't try to stop him.
No.
He was just like, here comes another one.
The whole family behind was just like laughing at him, like, that man's gonna starve now. That's
And
great.
I love when it gets
That's
back to his
great.
girlfriend and she's just like, she's bent over.
Yucker Yum, chat! We are officially out of time, but I think we have...
Oh, you're not done. There's one more video.
Well, are we doing the... Really? You
Yeah.
want to float it?
No. You're out.
Okay. All right, no more pickles. We're done. The wheels are off. Look, in the next 4 hours of the show, anything but me, please. I would love to play a video for you, Frost, if I may.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
Is it the tongue one?
No, you're gonna have a bit of a journey.
When I'm not on the show, you guys have the tongue one.
There's a bit of a game to be played here. We want to know if you can figure out, and chat as well. You all can play along. All 8,000 of you. We'll see. I'm sure. I mean, I am dropping and fading fast. Let's see what happens next
This is a very long intro.
Gotta stretch. Gotta stretch these streams, friends. Gotta stretch them out. All right. Here we go. We're gonna set this up with just frame one of the video. These two lovelies. Who are they? What are they? Why are they? Let's judge them. Let's just snap judgment time and chat, play along.
Instagrammers, they probably spend way too much time on their phone. They're definitely the type of women that someone later on has said, I thought she was 18.
Oh, jeez.
Strong observation right off the bat. Yep. Yeah. Chad is saying they're European, they're not American.
How can you tell that? How can you tell that they're European?
I mean, it could be from the sign in the background.
Oh, okay.
Someone is guessing that they're mannequins. They only come to life after midnight when you put the necklace on them.
Listen, the dolls are getting very lifelike.
Yes, they were customized on a web form, and they were delivered by ground. No, they're two apparently Europeans. They're not Americans.
It's just jokes. They have great personalities.
They're I'm hearing French. Hearing French. Okay, this is an all play. Fiona's going with French. Let's play a little bit of the video. Let's see where we're at here.
Connard, elle a sauté, elle est venue là.
Yeah, that was French.
Okay.
That was okay. Now wait. Now okay. So we think French, Fiona.
No, yes, it's right.
Okay, Fiona.
Fiona, what did they say?
They said connard in the beginning.
Connard?
Stupid.
Okay.
Are we sure they're not American?
Yeah, no, they're probably commenting on Americans. But camera pans. We see some interesting architecture. Could be what? Could be
a pool.
Could be a pool. Anybody? Could be a playpen of some sort.
Definitely looks like a pool.
Could be a go-kart track or something going on there. I can't quite see what's happening over the fence. I know that there's a door. Someone says animals are involved. Someone said it's the Nintendo Wii. Hate it. Guessing skate park, water park, bullfight.
Everyone's saying bullfight, which is the thing. When they showed us to us originally, we had no idea. The fact that you guys are like, how many of you guys have been to bull rings?
Yeah, Portuguese, it's a thing. Yeah, it is a thing. Yeah, it's a thing to like want to do stuff with bulls. In the Matador sense, Matadorian sense, not in a roll the clip and see what happens next. Yes, Chad, you got it. You got it.
Are they alive?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if they're alive. But as long as the animal wasn't harmed, we don't care. No? Great. Hey, let's all Voltron and say goodbye, shall we? Come on in, Power Friends. What a stream, huh?
Good finish, guys. Finish strong.
Right when we got all the viewers.
Corey,
Yes, sir.
welcome to the G4 family. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Which one of you farted?
Not me.
Did someone blast?
Someone did.
Did someone blast?
It does
Can't
smell
be
like
me. I'm the new guy.
someone
Can't
blasted.
blame you.
Why
This guy goes somebody else.
would
Someone came over here
Gerard's
and
got the
just
face of a man
cropped
Gerard.
us in the entire table.
Did you just? Who just blasted?
You say black.
happen
Oh,
to smell
you mean
like
someone who
ghosts?
farted?
Yeah.
Oh, because
Yeah,
I'm the fat guy. You gotta assume that when I
No,
farted.
it's because you said nothing.
I
It's
said
because you
nothing.
said nothing.
I just showed up.
Guilty.
Great.
To be fair,
Oh, Avalie did it.
it's
Avalie did it.
Remember, kids, smoking's still cool.
No.
Put them out.
Ooh, no. That's right.
projected.
Extinguish that
Cass is too
bad
cool.
habit. Avalie would never smoke. She
Avalie
would
never
never
put a
smoke.
cigarette in her mouth. Yeah.
I'm gonna say I was driving with Avalie the other day. Avalie, also a terrible driver, but she went full mom mode. We hit a stop sign a little bit, and she was like, oh.
She was just trying to feel you up.
That was it, yeah. The old
Yeah,
stop
but
short.
both hands came off.
Sometimes I pretend I'm driving a stick shift when Cassim's there.
Y'all been going hard on
That's
shorty
right.
today, bro.
Don't even need to switch gears, but
Well,
first to second's a little tricky, ain't it,
it's the
friend?
best 5-minute ride of my life.
We never left the parking lot. Hey, join us next week for 2 Beach House streams. Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Of course, we have an esports stream on Wednesday at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, join the G4 Discord. Scale of 1 to 10, how much you regret in this decision, Corey?
11.
That's off the charts.
That's what we like to hear.
Massive shout outs to Mama Hokage for watching as well. Thank you for the views. We desperately need them. Make sure you send us mail. The
We'll
P.O.
take
Box
care of your boy.
was-
Got him.
Oh.
Send us the out to our P.O. box.
Who's gonna sign us off today? Who's got the catchphrase to sign us off? Not Cassim.
No.
It's
No.
Boner.
No.
Bum. Ba-dee-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee-dee. You can always count on G4 to lift you up. Nah. When he ate that fucking pickle, he was like, the girl was like, dude, you smell like shit. He's like, I know, I can't do nothing about it. Jim gets quite hype. He actually likes it because he's a big Spider-Man fan. That's the, he's a big fucking Spider-Man fan. She's obsessed with it.
I am literally shaking right now. I'm actually that freaking hyped. I just watched the PlayStation Showcase, which revealed a bunch of new and upcoming PlayStation 5 games, and it was 45 minutes of just complete insanity, including God of War Ragnarok, a new freaking Spider-Man, a bunch of gigantic surprises, and I want to talk about it, but let's just do our best to keep our cool. What's up, gamers? Dreamcast Guy here, and let's just start at the beginning, which is the fact that we're getting a Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake. Now, this game completely aged good already. It is a fun, crazy, epic story that takes place in the Star Wars universe, but about 10,000 years before Leia ever showed up and frickin' Luke started swinging a saber around. This remake is going to be epic, but I want to talk about some of the stuff in this presentation that definitely was the best, and a couple of the things that downright suck. But let's just dig into the new game they showed off, which was actually called Project Eve. This teaser of it actually gave us a gigantic reveal for a bunch of how the gameplay is going to take place, which feels a lot like some sort of like, it has a lot of like strong Bayonetta vibes. The idea of this super fast action combat. It seems like we're playing as somebody that was originally in space battling against evil aliens and falls to Earth, and now Earth seems to be completely vacant, and she's taking on these weird cyborg demonic things. The trailer looks fantastic, and also this is a gigantic breath of fresh air for two separate reasons, which is that I feel like a lot of game companies now are so reliant on established intellectual property. Everything now is a sequel or a reboot or a spin-off. It's cool to see something that's actually brand new. And additionally, I mean, let's just face facts, we're kind of used to just tiny teaser trailers now. I don't think it's been so long since I've seen a new game revealed with gameplay in the first trailer. Now let's talk about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. So we knew this game existed, we saw the logo in the past, but now we actually saw some gameplay of it. And it seems like this is going to be basically in Borderlands. There was that downloadable content that was called Tiny Tina's Escape from Dragon Keep. This seems to be an entire game of that. It's going to basically have the shooting and the looting of Borderlands, but in a completely fantasy setting. Essentially, that means you're going to be trying to do stuff like get gigantic axes and bows and magic and taking on things like dragons and monsters and stuff like that, but for the standard loot. It also seems like it's going to be very self-aware. It seems like it's going to constantly break the fourth wall. You see things like Tiny Tina saying, "A storm rolls in," and then, of course, a storm actually rolls in. This game seems like it's going to be pretty dang quirky. I already like Borderlands a lot, so Borderlands, but merged together with Dungeons & Dragons, yes, freaking please. Next up, they showed off Forspoken, which we've seen in the past. This is basically going to be some new Square Enix property, but now we know what it's actually about. So this seems like it's this girl who's from our planet, just typical Earth, and she wished for some sort of fantastical escape and somehow gets transported to this fantasy world. In fact, if I had to make a guess, it is a very, very Final Fantasy-esque world. It has magic, it's got teleportation, it looks like there's going to be some sort of strange parkour system, but the story itself seems to be very, very cool. I like the idea of seeing people transported into fantastical landscapes. I kind of appreciate when it's like, I think, what's the Japanese word? Isekai? Where you see a person who's stuck outside their element and trying to reflect and adapt and survive against all odds. Now, to do this, we now know how she's going to get this magical power. She gets some sort of like cursed or magical bracelet that gives her a lot of the powers and abilities she's going to use. This seems great. Like, Forspoken has completely won me over. Did they say release date? Spring 2022? So I guess we're probably going to be playing this in the next 6 months, which is bonkers because that game looks fan-freaking-tastic. Now, next up was Rainbow Six Extraction. Okay, I don't completely care about this. I think that I'm just not really in the mood for another squad-based shooter, but this one does seem pretty polished. I mean, it is Ubisoft. They have enough billions of dollars to do games right. It very much looks like a zombified version of Rainbow Six Siege. I will say that the creatures you're actually battling against, the art is winning me over. A lot of the earlier trailers and stuff we saw for this game, it just didn't connect. I think that this game looks good, but it might be one of those things that I just watch on Twitch instead of actually playing myself, just because I'm not sure how much I want to play a squad-based shooter that's this realistic and combines such crazy elements. Now, in the middle of this event, they decided to slow stuff down and show off a series of remakes and remasters that are about to come out. Alan Wake Remaster, which I'm so freaking hyped for. Alan Wake is actually still probably in my top 10 games of all time. I seriously love it that freaking much, including the incredibly superb freaking DLC. All of that is coming to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox, PC, everything like that on October 5th. I'm going to be beating that game again. I'm definitely going to review the remaster just so I have an excuse to talk about how great that game is. And they also showed off 2 other remasters, which is they're apparently bringing back, what was those 2 games? You're getting back Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, and Uncharted Lost Legacy. It seems like those are just both being remastered, and Uncharted is going to PC. So congrats to the PC gamers. You get some absolutely amazing games. But the one that I feel like a lot of us are kind of just blasé about, GTA 5 PlayStation 5 Edition was finally revealed, and guess what? It's just GTA 5, but more. It's just a lot of GTA, and it looks slightly better. They said that it's going to have refined gameplay. It looks identical. It's going to have probably better frame rates, probably some 4K assets, but it's still just GTA 5. I mean, the major difference is the fact that now it's optimized for the solid-state drive, so of course you're going to be able to fast travel easier, teleport easier, and get into and out of matches a lot smoother. But whoop-de-doo, it's still just GTA 5. Now I want to talk about Ghostwire Tokyo. Holy heck. Now you guys probably know this, you've been subscribed for a bit. I'm completely obsessed with The Evil Within 1 and 2. In fact, I actually have multiple copies of them on my shelf because I seriously just love them that much. Well, those were made by people called TangoWorks. This is the new project by TangoWorks. Now we knew that Ghostwire Tokyo was in development and stuff. We'd seen the initial weird 45-second trailer months and months ago. They finally showed us some actual gameplay, and I'm surprised to say this, it seems to be like a horror first-person shooter. All of Japan has been taken over by mythological beasties who have stuff like the ability to eat souls or do crazy abilities and stuff, and our hero has some sort of ability to Hadouken them all to death. I don't know why the heck that works, but it definitely looks pretty dang charming. I'm definitely going to be playing Ghostwire Tokyo, but I'm just really excited that we finally got to see some actual combats and some real details and meats of what this project's going to be like. It seems fun, it seems weird, but I also think it might be a bit niche. I mean, it sounds like Evil Within 2 did not sell particularly well, and now perhaps they're trying to pivot to be more of a mainstream game, which is why they're doing kind of this horror FPS spookiness. Let's hope it works out. Now, let me talk about one of the games that I think just does not look very appealing, which is Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know why, something about this game is very off-putting, but specifically the combats. This game just looks so dry and so stale, but at least the writing is starting to win me over. They put better jokes into this reveal this time. It actually looks like it's not quite so cringy as some of the earlier teases of it. You know what's kind of shocking to me? This game comes out next month. Guardians of the Galaxy comes out October 26th. I had no idea that game was coming out in a matter of weeks. What the heck? I mean, it kind of explains why they keep showing it, but this is still just so shocking to me that we're getting this game because it seems like just such almost a shadow drop. Speaking of games that are coming up, though, we have to talk about Deathloop because they just keep bringing this bad boy out. The game itself actually comes out next week. I am going to be doing a gigantic review of it. It's crazy to me that Sony just keeps advertising Deathloop again and again and again. Anybody at all who's been even tempted to buy this has probably pre-ordered it already, so it seems weird that they're showing off more gameplay reveals days before it hits store shelves. It feels a bit strange, and I definitely knew that that was when people started to kind of tune out. I saw people on social media upset that they just keep showing Deathloop again and again and again. Now, let's talk about Insomniac. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do something here. We're getting ready. This is it. This is time to put on the Venom shirt. Bam, movie magic. All right, it's time to talk about Spider-Man 2. But surprisingly, we got 2 gigantic Insomniac teases in this. Both of which are the reason I'm shaking with delight. I'm obsessed with Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man movies. I love Spider-Man comics. I love the freaking Spider-Man games. This looks intense. They did a reveal for Spider-Man 2, which is going to have, of course, Miles Morales with his electrical powers. Of course, it's going to have freaking Peter Parker as an adult, fully ready to kick butt. And the big bad this time around is going to be Venom himself. The freaking planetary consumer is going to be at the top of the chopping block. Now, this trailer itself is actually pretty short. Just a couple seconds, essentially just establishing the fact that it's still New York, it's still everything we love, but now they have to take on this gigantic beastie. I am so ready for this, but it doesn't come out till 2023. But let's talk about the other Insomniac reveal, and I feel like the thing that's kind of just melting my brain the most, they're doing a Wolverine game. An actual, real freaking Wolverine game. Now, in this teaser trailer, I noticed something. It does just show, like, Wolverine sitting in a bar, everybody's all beat up, and some guy tries to stab him, and you see Wolverine's claws pop out. But if you freeze frame it and zoom in, look, his knuckles are cut up. They actually have blood on them. It seems like his wounds are healing slowly. I think they might be doing the storyline of old man Logan when his abilities to heal have started to fade a bit, because I feel like that would raise the tension and add an air of mystery to the game itself if, you know, it's not just super invincible Wolverine who can literally be nuked. Because yes, in the comics at one point, somebody dropped a nuclear bomb on Wolverine and he completely healed. So you can't have somebody this strong in a video game or it would feel very, very dry. Now, the last 2 games they showed off was Gran Turismo 7, which I don't really care about. I mean, I'll be completely honest. It's cars, they go fast, they go around a track. Graphically, Gran Turismo looks fine. I mean, actually, it's kind of just stellar looking. It seems to be a true hardware pusher to the PlayStation 5. But, you know, whoop-de-doo, it's just racing. They did show us God of War Ragnarok. I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. I think God of War is part of the reason that so many people are trying to buy a freaking PlayStation 5. People want to get in on this crazy new reboot of the series itself. Now, God of War Ragnarok, this looks like it takes place a bit in the future, a little bit after the original PlayStation 4 God of War, because Atreus, he looks older, he sounds more mature, he has a bit more of like a teenage voice, but also it seems like they're trying to avoid war with Asgard directly. They talk about living in hiding. Now, I'm not completely clear on this because I only watched the trailer once, but I think they said something along the lines of the fact that they're trying to track down Odin, who may be in hiding or something like that. You know, to maybe help defeat the gods or something. I mean, it's certainly a very interesting concept. There was a line in this trailer that I wrote down because it was so funny, where somebody growls at Kratos, "You seem like a calm and reasonable person." And something about that is so funny to me. The idea of saying God of War, the guy who has a special ability called Spartan Rage, is a calm and reasonable person, is a very funny line. All of this was wall-to-wall fantastic. There were a couple things in here I didn't care about, like some freaking tropical indie game called Tchia. There was also another look at that vampire battle royale game called Blood Hunt. But other than those tiny little lulls, this was 45 minutes jam-packed with the goodness. I do wish we saw Silent Hill, but I think that'll hopefully show up at some point. But either way, this was a very, very fun event. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all, and keep dreaming. Sody. Oh, man.
Yeah,
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, you know, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Newswave. So yesterday we did have that PlayStation showcase. It was a little over 40 minutes long, and there were some pretty hype announcements in there, mostly at the end from Insomniac, but we're going to go over a bunch of that here today. Also, we are going to be talking about a potential price cut coming to Nintendo Switch as soon as next week, according to a pretty reliable source, and we're also going to talk about some big milestones actually hit by Nintendo and Sony in Japan. Guys, if you enjoy these videos, make sure that like button helps out a ton. And if you're new here to the Spawnwave channel, make sure you subscribe down below and ring that notification bell so you can keep up to date with all the uploads here on the channel. And we're going to start today with an update to the Nintendo LEGO collaboration with that question mark block that was teased. Turns out, just before Newswave went up, they decided to reveal what it was. And you know what? I wasn't actually expecting this. Take a look here. This was posted up on lego.com. That's right. It's a Super Mario 64 question mark block, and it's interesting because it opens up and you have a couple of different worlds from Super Mario 64 represented here. It's kind of a nice showpiece, I guess, to put on a shelf, and you can close it up and all of this. It's coming out October 1st at an expected price of $170. Like these Lego sets from Nintendo and Lego, they tend to be more expensive. It seems like they're a bit more intricate here as well, like that NES with the TV, and obviously collectors will be all over this. And I like the idea of this in its finished and completed form. I don't know if I like the idea of having to put it all together, but certainly something to look into if you liked that NES that came out. This obviously playing up to more of the Mario 64 crowd, but still something cool to have if you like putting them together, as you end up with a pretty nice showpiece at the end. Also, we did have the next Halo Infinite flight announced. We can see this over on Twitter, posted up by the Halo account, saying the next Halo Infinite multiplayer preview is targeted to arrive on September 24th. All fully registered Halo Insider profiles as of September 13th are eligible to participate. I recommend, if you want to take part in this flight, go do that now or very, very soon. It does not take long at all to sign up over on Halo Insider, and then you'll be ready to go. The last flight was okay. I mean, we just played against bots. There's about 30 minutes where they decided to just turn on PvP, and I got into like one match, and that was kind of it. This time, however, there is anticipation that not only will we be playing as other people, we'll be doing that in large-scale battles. According to Windows Central, we could be looking at a test for the 12v12 big team battle, and that would be a lot of fun, mostly because 8v8 was already mayhem as it was. Now you do 12v12, yeah, and then you throw vehicles in, which we have some new vehicles to check out, so that could be exciting, and I'm looking forward to this. I know Halo still feels like it's a ways off because it's in December, but I guess if we get these flights every month or so, somewhere in there, at least it'll help to kind of give us something to do with Halo as we work up towards the release. So I recommend go ahead, get signed up for the Halo Insider program so you can check this out later on this month. Oh, and we did get an announcement for new characters being added to the Super Monkey Ball game that's coming up here in a few weeks now, and we'll take a look at the trailer. Yeah, that's right. It's the Sega Legends pack, and it's a Game Gear, a Sega Saturn, and a Dreamcast. Now, they do describe it with their video here, saying these 3 console legends are included as part of the Digital Deluxe Edition, or available together as the Sega Legends pack for $4.99 or equivalent. That's, of course, Switch, PS4, PS5, Steam, Xbox One, Series, all of that. That's coming out October 5th, and I should probably apologize for this one, as I was so shocked that a lot of this stuff was just being unlocked through gameplay that I was like, wow, Sega's really just giving all this stuff away, and now we're seeing a lot of DLC being added in, so yeah, my bad on that one. And guys, with some of the quick news out of the way, let's get into the bigger stuff. Let's start right away with the PlayStation Showcase. It happened yesterday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and the hype,
the expectations, the anticipation was through the roof. Seriously, people were hoping to see all kinds of stuff here, and some of it delivered. Other times it had kind of points where it was just kind of boring. Really, people were kind of checked out because some of these games we had seen like 20 times already. But let's head down the list here, and then we'll stop and talk about some of the bigger reveals. We're going to start with Deathloop for some reason. I don't really know who decided it was a good idea to just put more Deathloop in there. Like, who looked at this entire lineup and was like, you know what? We need more Deathloop. We absolutely do. But there you go. It's coming out next week. I was already going to pick it up, but I've seen it so many times now. I just expect to put the disc in to the PS5 and like the credits are just going to start rolling, right? All the achievements or all the trophies are just going to start unlocking left and right. GTA 5 and GTA Online actually got pushed to next year for the PS5. That's March 2022. They showed us Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxies again for some reason. Rainbow Six Extraction again for some reason. Tiny Tina's Wonderland, the gameplay trailer, and I'm sure Borderlands fans were pretty excited to see that one. Blood Hunt, that's coming to the PlayStation 5 in 2021, so we'll look forward to that. Project Eve, all right, so they showed gameplay for this and immediately started drawing comparisons to games like Bayonetta because it's kind of that stylized action game, and it looks pretty cool. This was announced a couple of years ago, and looking through the blog post, they're not prepared to put out any kind of release date or window or anything like that, but from what they showed here with the gameplay, it looked pretty interesting, pretty fun. So we'll keep an eye on Project Eve as we go forward. One of the big announcements got people really hyped up, myself included, especially if maybe you're a little older, maybe back on the original Xbox, you remember Knights of the Old Republic, that rumored remake. It is a thing. They decided to announce it here. It looks like it's going to be a PlayStation 5 console exclusive at launch, so we'll see how long the timed exclusivity is on that. Months, maybe a year. And it looks like members of the original Knights of the Republic team are on board helping to develop this. So I feel a little better because Aspyr is doing the remake. They typically do remasters. So for the older Star Wars games that have been brought up with Lucasfilm, they've been doing that. So to hear that they are going to attempt a full-on remake of a very beloved game in the Star Wars video game universe, well, we'll see what happens there. Alan Wake Remastered, they did show a full trailer for that, of course, coming to the PS4 and the PS5 as well as other platforms October 5th. Ghostwire Tokyo got actually a pretty good trailer. A lot of gameplay was shown, and they kind of dove a bit more into the story itself, and they put a spring 2022 release window on that one. Forspoken looks better and better as they show it. That also got a release window of spring 2022, and some of the traversal, the visuals. There's a lot to like here with Forspoken, so we'll keep an eye on that as we head towards its release in spring next year. They showed the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection. This is going to have Lost Legacy and Uncharted 4 as a single package. It's coming to the PlayStation 5 and PC early 2022. According to Sony, it's going to release on the PS5 first and then go to PC later on. But I'm a little confused on the PS5 situation here, mostly because we can already play on Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy on the PS5 as it is through backwards compatibility. In fact, Uncharted 4 is one of the games they just give you for the PlayStation Plus collection, so are they just going to sell this again to everyone? I mean, they've done that already with some of these director's cuts, so I guess. And that seems like something that could be a patch, though, for the PS5. We'll see. The PC version will be very interesting. And it was something to see here because it came up and said PS5 and PC. So there you have it. They unveiled a PC game during the PlayStation Showcase. We did get a nice lengthy gameplay trailer for Gran Turismo 7 showing off some of the single player stuff, so good to see kind of the campaign and all of that there. Coming out on the PS5 and PS4, releasing at the same time, March 4th, 2022, so good to see. That will be fairly early, actually, in 2022, just a couple of weeks after Horizon releases, so I am on Gran Turismo 7 day one, looking forward to it. And then we got towards the end, and we had some pretty big reveals here from Insomniac. And these reveals were so big that on PlayStation Blog, they decided to take both of these games and give them their own blog post with Insomniac kind of going over what exactly we saw here. And I guess we'll start at the top with Spider-Man 2. We'll head over here to PlayStation Blog, where they say, let's start with the one most of you probably could have guessed, Marvel Spider-Man 2. We're so thrilled to continue the journey of both Peter Parker and Miles Morales in their most epic single-player adventure yet, coming exclusively to PlayStation 5 consoles in 2023. I feel like most of us figured, okay, it's not showing up until 2023. It's about 2 years from now. I would hope they're not still focusing on that PlayStation 4. However, Sony has been kind of waffling a bit on this cross-gen stuff, so I guess you never know. Good to see them confirm it here, and wow, you want to talk about hype? They show Venom in that trailer. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people online just yelled out loud when they saw that. Oh, that's going to be awesome. Because, of course, I'm sure they'll have other villains and characters in here. And whew, this is going to be really cool. I mean, visually speaking, the trailer sure is like a lot of CGI. But, like, we've seen Insomniac produce some incredible visuals with Spider-Man on the PS4 and the PS5 now with the remaster and Miles Morales. Whew, I am looking forward to what they can do with Spider-Man 2 exclusively on the PS5. We're just gonna have to wait a while for it. Now, the other reveal was kind of out of left field. No one saw this coming. Marvel's Wolverine. They say it's a standalone game being directed by Brian Horton, who's the creative director, and Cameron Christian, game director, who recently led the creative efforts on Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, a game we're extremely proud of at Insomniac. In the vein of our Spider-Man games, our goal here is to not only respect the DNA of what makes the character so popular, but also look for opportunities to make it feel fresh and truly reflect the Insomniac spirit. Even though Marvel's Wolverine is very early in development, from what I've seen of its emotional narrative and cutting-edge gameplay, see what I did there? The team is already creating something truly special. Can we just say it now? Insomniac is Sony's best studio. Like, they've held up kind of the beginning of the PlayStation 5 generation with some of their titles, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Ratchet, and Clank. And now we're already hearing about 2 other projects that they're going to be working on. Granted, I think they kind of showed us these to let us know what they're going to be doing, because we're probably not going to see them again for a while now. I mean, if Spider-Man's not out to 2023, and then let's say Wolverine's after that, even if it's in very early development, they kind of just threw this stuff out there, and now they're out the door, and like, we'll see you guys in a couple of years. But at this point, Insomniac, for what Sony got them for, which I think was a little over $220 million, it might have been one of the best acquisitions in gaming. And then to wrap things up, we did have our first real look at God of War Ragnarok, and I saw some people kind of split on this one, because I feel like there was this thought that it was going to massively blow people away. But we've been through this a lot with streams in general. Like, you see a game through stream and it's compressed and all this, and it just doesn't necessarily blow you away visually speaking. But if you check out the God of War Ragnarok trailer a bit more, you can see when they're going through town stuff is very popular. There's a lot going on in terms of details, and most people, I feel like, are really looking towards the continuation of the story and the characters themselves. But it still looked really good, and I'm looking forward to God of War Ragnarok, and I don't think they showed us some of the bigger events that are going to be happening in this game. This is certainly something to just kind of get us ready for God of War Ragnarok coming up in 2022. That was one of the biggest things about this presentation from Sony and the showcase. There wasn't a lot of confidence necessarily around release dates or even release windows to the point where they can give them to us. I mean, sure, Spider-Man 2 2023, it's like 2 years away. I'm sure they could give that one out, but others, like God of War Ragnarok, they didn't even put like the year on it. And apparently that was delayed out of this year, so you figure they would definitely be able to say 2022. I guess at least they could give us that solid release date for Gran Turismo. And looking back at this entire presentation, they had some good announcements in there, but a lot of it was saved for the last 10 minutes because most people tuned into the PlayStation Showcase to see stuff from Sony, and that was like in the last little bit of the show overall. Certainly it delivered, but there was another 30 minutes that I feel like a lot of people are just going to kind of forget about or look past. Of course, Knights of the Republic remake, sure, but certainly from Sony's side, the things they showed here did build a lot of hype and excitement. It's just going to be a while before we see some of these games come out, like Spider-Man 2 or even Wolverine. Otherwise, though, I thought the show was okay, and we'll see what you guys thought about this show in the poll later on. Next up, let's talk about a potential price cut for the Nintendo Switch. We haven't seen one yet. Nintendo's always kept it at $300, and that's kind of it. And it's continued to sell, so it's kind of like, why do you drop the price if it's going to keep selling? Well, it looks like a reliable source is saying we could see a fairly substantial price cut in the week coming up. We can see this over on Twitter. This is translated using Google Translate from Nintendo Alerts, who is very reliable in the past with a lot of these different retail listings and SKUs and even prices, saying the Nintendo Switch console is expected to drop from Monday and sell for around 270 euros. Now, from what I've seen, the price was originally 330 euros, so I mean, that's a pretty big drop there. They say this is the first drop since the release in March 2017. And a lot of people are looking at this and saying, okay, the price drop and what we compare it to in places like the US from $300 would go down to about $250. Now, because the price drop is so substantial there in one region, you figured it would be something that's going to be really applied across the board, and we could potentially be seeing a $250 Nintendo Switch next week. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up here is because if this ends up being a thing next week, it'd be a shame if you bought the Switch this weekend, wouldn't it? So I figured it was at least worth bringing up just so you can see what happens here as we go along over the next couple of days. We're anticipating a Direct to be coming up in the next week or two. I kind of think we're seeing the Direct next week. I mean, that's just what I think is going to happen. And sure, maybe they have a price cut early in the week and then they advertise it once again in the Direct. And a $250 price for the regular Switch, I mean, it makes sense because according to them, the Switch Lite isn't going to move in its price, and it's at $200, so why would it? It's already pretty cheap. So the Switch Lite at $200, the regular Switch at $250, and then the OLED at $350. Maybe we get to a point where this original Switch is phased out, the OLED comes down to about $300, and then we have basically what we have now with the regular Switch just being replaced by the OLED, and eventually Nintendo continues to build onto their family of devices, their Switch systems, with some other device, maybe above that 300 mark. Maybe that fabled Switch Pro becomes a thing, or maybe it's looked at as more of a next-gen Switch. Again, the family of devices is the key phrase from Nintendo and how they are going to handle the next couple of years as we go along with not only pricing, but also models. And in our last bit of news, let's talk about the Famitsu sales charts in Japan that gives us a look as to how sales are going with games in Japan week to week. And we had a couple of big milestones that were reached here by the Switch and by the PlayStation 5. Let's head over here though. First, for the game side of things, we have the top 10, starting with Ring Fit Adventure, which, I mean, that's pretty good to see Ring Fit Adventure there at the top. By the way, it's coming up on 3 million sold just in Japan, so that's pretty impressive for Ring Fit Adventure there. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, just reminding me that I'm never getting Mario Kart 9. There you go. Minecraft on the Switch. We have Momotaro, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We have a piece of Blue Glass Moon from the PS4 at number 6. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury at 7. Pokemon Sword and Shield at 8. Then we have Clubhouse Games and Super Mario Party rounding out the top 10. Moving over to the hardware, the Nintendo Switch was at the top, nearly 61,000 units. That does bring the Switch itself lifetime to date over 21 million units sold in Japan. That's faster now than the 3DS. I think a little slower than the DS, but if we're comparing a system to the DS in general when it comes to sales, that's pretty good company to be in for the Switch. So it continues to roll along here, and I'm still thinking this holiday we're going to see the Switch pass the Wii, like right at the end. I think it's going to cross the 101 million unit mark. It's going to be very close. The PS5, though, 17,000 units. That does bring the lifetime to date sales for the PS5 over 1 million units. That is faster than the PlayStation 4. It is still below, I believe, the PS3 and the PSP. But still, hey, the PS5 rolling along there. Not bad, though, with a pretty slow start due to the console shortages there, crossing 1 million units. For a system as massive as it is and how Japan is kind of moving away from the home console market, I think that's pretty impressive for the PS5 there. The Xbox Series, actually just over 2,600 units. You know what? That's at 85,901. That is coming up on the lifetime sales of the Xbox One in Japan already. So it's not nearly as impressive as what we see from the Switch or the PS5, but if you compare the Xbox Series kind of in just like the Xbox sales in Japan, it does appear to be moving along well enough. The PS4, 1,400 units, then the 3DS at 746. But overall, pretty impressive numbers across the board here, especially for Nintendo and Sony. And on the Switch's side, it is kind of creeping up now on the 3DS lifetime sales in Japan, that being at about 24.5 million units. Could be something we're talking about at the end of next year as the Switch works to pass that, and then who knows, maybe it's on to the DS. And before we go to the comment of the day, we're taking a little poll that I posted up yesterday where I asked, give the PlayStation Showcase a letter grade. 26% said an A, 42% said a B, 18% said C, 4% said D, and then 9% said F. I should have asked, give the PlayStation Showcase a letter grade for the first 30 minutes, because I did notice a lot of people, especially if you weren't in Knights of the Old Republic, you were like, what's going on here? Where are the Sony games? Where are the PlayStation first-party titles? But that last 10 minutes for a lot of people certainly saved it. I said it was around a B or a B- in general from what was shown, and if it wasn't for that last 10 minutes, it probably would have been a lot lower on the scale for me. And we'll finish up with the comment of the day as you're seeing here. This is from Blade saying, expectation, PS5 Pro, reality, PS5 OLED. So I was thinking about this. All right, what would be the PS5 OLED in that situation? Like, we're getting all these rumors that are building up. PS5 Pro, it's gonna be incredible, super powerful. It's gonna do 32K. It's gonna be the size of your refrigerator, all this, right? And then it comes out and it's a PS5 Slim that still uses the same hardware. Smaller form factor, but like nothing outside of that. Although, I would be okay with a PS5 Slim, just see what they're able to do with the technology inside, but also make it so that it's not this massive thing next to your TV. And ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it here for Newswave. If you enjoyed this video, guys, hit that like button, really helps out. If not, hit the dislike. Leave comments down below about everything we talked about here today. Where's the PlayStation Showcase? What did you think of it? And what were your favorite announcements there? And then also, what about this potential price cut for the Nintendo Switch? Do you think Nintendo's trying to position and eventually phase it out so that we're back down to 2 models with the OLED and the Switch Lite? Thanks guys for watching. Have a great weekend. I'll see you back here Monday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time for Newswave.
I'm so happy, 'cause today I found God, yeah, 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 yeah. Smoke fat dabs, I'm not gonna crack. Trip out all sick, I'm not gonna crack. Take fat dabs, I'm not gonna crack. Trip out all sick, I'm not gonna crack. Boom, boom, boom. I'm so happy, 'cause today I found God. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Steve wasn't the only Blue Clues character to abruptly leave. Right. I'm so happy, 'cause today I found God. Bowser. She's hot, huh? Gina Darling. I'm seeing her in my phone right now. Captain Toad, this is one of them. And the other one is, oh shit, where's Bowser? Is this one? This one? Is this the one you want? This one? Yeah, I want that one. I want that one. It looked at me funny. This one here? You want this one? I'm so happy. Bowser, Super Mario 3D World. When she said like I always win, she goes, "Of course you are. You're a white man." He was like, "Thank you, thank you." Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. What is that treasure tracker? I'm not sure. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I love you. I'm not gonna crack. I miss you. Crack. I love you. I'm not gonna crack. Yahoo! Yoshi Crafted World. I'm so happy 'cause today I found God. Yeah. 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 Before I check, just to make sure, this is Toad. Remove tape, seal envelope. These are good to go. I'm gonna return some GameFly games. I'm gonna put the one I got today in here and send these two, and hopefully we'll get Wario, the new Wario game, and what was the other one? The new one's another new one. ¿Quieres que los baje? scoop. Sorry. I decided something. I'm not gonna buy anything on Black Friday. I'm not. I'm just not. I have something else in mind, something bigger that you cannot buy on special, and is actually not even out yet. Is the Valve? I'm talking about the Valve console, the Switch Pro, as everyone is calling it. It's not made by Nintendo. It's made by Valve. It's called Steam Deck. It's a portable console. Here, it shows you. Funky fresh beats. Funky. There it is.
But then direct storage also, isn't a thing. Whoa, I'm using gyro control. I've got an hour and a half hands-on with the Valve Steam Deck, and I'm going to be plugging as many dongles in and running as many games as they're going to let me run. I brought everything I need to answer as many of your questions as I can, including a Nintendo Switch as well as an AN Neo, so I can compare ergonomics, as well as a thermal camera. They won't let me open it, even though I did bring my iFixit kit, just in case they were going to allow it. They didn't. I'm putting it away. I'm sorry. Okay, so at least maybe I can show you guys, hey, where's the cooling system? Where are the hot zones? These are early units, these are engineering units, so these are going to be far from the final experience, but, I'm going to be one of the first in the world to even touch RDNA 2 hardware running on an APU. This is a game changer. Just like our sponsor. Thanks to Signal RGB for sponsoring this video. Signal is a free application that syncs RGB lighting across your entire setup and works for brands like Corsair, Razer, Logitech, and more. Check it out at the link in the video description. First things first, they are not going to let me directly capture off the device today. Hopefully that, along with the disassembly, is something that we can follow up on for you guys in the future. But what we can do is we can record the gaming experience.
So I wasn't paying attention, man.
This is it.
You know what?
This is me picking it up.
I just don't see it.
Whoa, I'm using gyro control. I've got an hour and a half hands-on with the Valve Steam Deck, and I'm going to be plugging as many dongles in and running as many games as they're going to let me run. I brought everything I need to answer as many of your questions
but it
as I
doesn't
can,
look like
including
too much
a
a Switch, right?
As well as
Switch
an
Pro,
so
more like it.
Ergonomics, as well as a thermal camera. They won't let me open it, even though I did bring my iFixit kit just in case they were going to allow it. They didn't. I'm putting it away. I'm sorry. Okay, so at least maybe I can show you guys, hey, where's the cooling system? Where are the hot zones? These are early units, these are engineering units, so these are going to be far from the final experience, but, I'm going to be one of the first in the world to even touch RDNA 2 hardware running on an APU. This is a game changer. Just like our sponsor. Thanks to Signal RGB for sponsoring this video. Signal is a free application that syncs RGB lighting across your entire setup and works for brands like Corsair, Razer, Logitech, and more. Check it out at the link in the video description. First things first, they are not going to let me directly capture off the device today. Hopefully that, along with the disassembly, is something that we can follow up on for you guys in the future. But what we can do is we can record the gaming experience. This is it. This is me picking it up. Immediate impressions, absolutely raw. Ergonomics of the handles of the controller itself, I think they've actually done a really outstanding job. It shouldn't be a surprise. The ill-fated Steam controller, for all of its quirks, was absolutely a comfortable controller to hold, and in spite of the fact that my hands are pretty small, like I am easily able to reach everything from these thumb pads to the joysticks,
Mom.
the D-pad and ABXY. I mean, if you're a
¿No sabes qué le pasó a mis Gummy Bears?
emulated SNES games or anything like that, this is what you're going to be into, and ooh, the feeling is actually pretty good.
Tú me dijiste dámelos porque no quiero que los
D-pad is
coma.
smooth to roll, but has a good click for each individual direction. The ABXY, I can tell these are a little bit early. You can see
A ver,
actually
se los
feel it.
comió.
The B is a little bit different. It's a little bit wobblier. You can see it's actually a little bit of a different shape compared to the other ones. It looks weird, but it actually feels exactly like the other ones to the thumb. So no problem there. I like these Valve guys. I walked in and they said, no, 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 no. And then all of a sudden they were like, okay, well, you can try your monitor. And they're saying you can try to capture. It's not going to work on this unit, but we might actually be able to do it on the desktop docked one over there. These are in sandbox mode, so we can't have the desktop experience. So that's the thing you guys got to understand. This is not a game console like a Nintendo Switch where it's this completely locked down thing. It's going to run a custom version of Linux, so all these games are going to be running through the Proton compatibility layer, but fundamentally, this is just a PC. It's a Zen 2 CPU with 4 cores, 8 threads at anywhere from, I believe it's 2.4 to 3.5 gigahertz. It's going to have some kind of RDNA2 based GPU integrated into it, 16 gigs of LPDDR5 memory, and that bit is critical because it's actually running at 5,500 megatransfers per second quad channel. That's insane. We've actually never seen, to my knowledge, outside of bespoke console chips, we've never seen any kind of PC built with that kind of memory bandwidth to an integrated GPU. And you got to remember, an integrated GPU has to share bandwidth with the CPU, so the more you can have, the absolute better. Now, in terms of storage, they're going to have 64 gigs of eMMC on the $399 unit. That is not going to be enough. Thankfully, the microSD expansion card, yes, right there, you can actually see we're using it on these demo units, is going to allow you to install a much larger game library than that, I mean in the terabytes. But micro SD, I mean, especially when you consider the way that game development is going, relying on these super fast SSDs in the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series it doesn't feel very future-proof. If I were you, I'd go for the 256, which is going to be $529, or the 128, which is going to be $649. Now, that SSD is not upgradable, but I can pretty much guarantee that the good folks at iFixit will find a way. A couple more housekeeping items. It's got a 40 watt-hour battery, which is fairly comparable to devices like the Aya Neo. And this USB-C port, which is used for charging, is a bog standard USB-C port. So that means you could use it with standard peripherals like, check this out. Here's a random 5-year-old USB hub. I'll plug it in, and boom. I am using my mouse, which is important, and I will show you guys why this mouse is so important later. I mean, really, a huge part of the story here for me is the sheer choice available to the gamer. Even before I plug in a mouse and navigate the interface using that, I have 3 different options for navigation. I can use the D-pad, I can use the thumbstick, I can use the touchpad, which I think they've still got a little bit of tuning to do on the haptics, but it is a very interesting feel. Definitely a step forward from the Steam controller of yore. Yeah, it's got a little bit too much like kind of vibration and not haptics right now. We're gonna tune it, he says. Yeah, I bet they will. Turning around to the back, we find a little confusing thing that may or may not get changed with the final units. Our whopping 4 buttons on both the right and left sides. So you got your L1, L2. This is an analog trigger, so it's gonna be great for throttle control and things like racing games, as well as L4 and L5 here. Is L3 bound to something else? It's bound to pressing down the stick. There you go. So it's just a little bit of a weird numbering thing. There are, in fact, 4 buttons down to each side, and it's kind of up to you to decide how you want to use them. After all that, I forgot about a control scheme. Touch. You can scroll through your game library, click on it, and boop, why don't we play some Doom Eternal? Now, Valve has taken some criticism for this move, with some people saying that 1280 by 800 is not enough resolution in the year 2021, but I'm going to defend them here, just like I did with the Aya Neo, and just like I did with the Nintendo Switch OLED edition. At this screen size, it is enough, and from my perspective, I would much rather be running at 60 frames per second more often, it's a 60 hertz display, compared to running at 30 frames per second and 1080p. And we are still limited by, what is fundamentally an ultrabook crammed into a handheld gaming console. How awesome is this? They're at exactly the same spot as my save game on the Aya Neo, which is just right near the beginning of the game. This is cool. This gives us a look at the pause menu, so we can adjust screen brightness, audio. Oh, that's right, it does have built-in microphones. At least 2 of them. I can't remember if there are more than that for noise cancellation. I do not see any others, but it does at least have a 2-mic array. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. There's an advantage over the Nintendo Switch. Can you even believe the new OLED one is not gonna support Bluetooth headphones still? I mean, talk about things that make no sense in 2021. That right there. We can turn haptics on it. Well, I want haptics on. Okay, now something that is built into this game is performance metrics. Oh, hold on a second. We gotta tune this first though. This is an ugly default setup here. You know what? Let's tune them both at the same time. Okay, yeah, running at native resolution, that is not gonna be a thing. Overall quality, medium, apply changes. Yeah, go ahead and roll. I mean, this is the experience, Ed. This is what the people want to see. Okay, so we're getting anywhere from around 40, we're seeing some dips down to like 20. That's pretty much to be expected. I'm actually gonna turn these speakers down. They do sound great though. I mean, you do end up with a much larger face than something like the Aya Neo, but the speakers are pointed at you. So it kind of comes back to the old HTC One experience. Is it worth it to you to have a big speaker girl looking at you and actually be able to hear what you're listening to, or do you want a kind of a sleeker looking device? The weight is good. It's got a good size to weight ratio. It doesn't feel cheap, but it also doesn't feel too heavy. I have not compared the FPS numbers, looking at exactly the same thing yet, but running almost all medium. I turned off motion blur because it's for plebs, and tuned a couple of other little things, but mostly medium, and I locked it at native resolution. Valve had it set to dynamic resolution, which doesn't tell us anything about the performance. It is a way smoother experience. So if your question was, does RDNA 2 run better than Vega? The answer is yes, even if you have to sacrifice a couple of CPU cores in order to get there. Ooh, Valve also has a significant advantage in terms of joystick, although to the Aya Neo's credit, it's a little bit more pocketable or sleevable. If you want to slide it into a little pouch in your backpack, you can see the profile, especially if we account for the height of the joysticks, is at least twice as deep for the Steam Deck compared to, well, really, I would say this is the most comparable handheld on the market right now. Looking out into the skybox, I don't have a lot of character models on screen or anything like that, but based on this very early hardware, running very early software, I would be surprised if we don't see somewhere in the neighborhood of a 50% performance uplift over a similarly equipped device. And what we know, based on what Valve has told us about the internal battery and the estimated battery runtime, is that the power envelope of these two chips is fairly similar. Not bad. Something I noticed holding them side by side like this is that there's a much more muted glare on the Steam Deck compared to the Aya Neo, especially off axis. Okay, but this shouldn't be a huge mystery because they've actually, look at this, they did R&D. Check this out. So they've got different types of glass over here that they're showing us so that we can compare what happens with an anti-glare etched glass versus just a regular glass that is gonna be like, hey, where's my camera lens? Hi, Ed, can you see me? Can you see me in the glass, Ed? Yeah. Okay. How about this one? Can you see me?
Yeah, but you're not as clear.
Right? You only get the premium etched glass on the 512 gig model, but at $649, that's starting to look like a good deal just for the glass. I mean, Apple wouldn't even give you a stand for their etched glass monitor at that price. Now that we've got the game running well, it's time to try some alternate control schemes. These are touch-sensitive joysticks, so as soon as I put my finger on it, whoa, I'm using gyro control. Now, Valve's had support for gyro control with PlayStation controllers for some time now, but having it integrated into the device rather than something that you need to plug in a third-party controller in order to use is pretty freaking sick. Now, it's more for fine control, I guess? Let's see. Yeah, it's more for fine-tuning your aim. So you get there with the stick and then you fine-tune with the gyro. That is pretty awesome! It's a good way to like hold on target while an opponent is, you know, moving around or whatever. Whoops. It's gonna take me a little while to get used to it for sure. Like the fact that I have to touch this in order for it to work. Oh, you can also touch this pad. So you can just be touching this pad and you can look with this as well. So more like a touch pad, but less horrendous.
What happens if like the meat of your thumb touches the touchpad while you're using the joystick?
I think you just shouldn't do that. Honestly, it'd be very hard to do that, like ergonomically. I don't see it as a problem. Now that both of these have been running Doom Eternal for about 15 minutes, I'm ready to talk about noise and thermals. Now when it comes to fan noise, there's the volume, like the sound pressure level, but there's also the quality of the noise. And the Aya Neo, though my understanding is after the first 500 units, they're getting a different fan, along with analog triggers and a couple of other little upgrades. Definitely has a higher pitch to it. But I would say both of them are similar in terms of their volume, which makes sense given that we've already inferred that the power envelope of these chips is quite similar. Now I want to pull out the thermal camera. I've been really looking forward to this. There's two main reasons I want to look at the thermals. One is I want to see if it will give me any hints as to the internal layout of the device. And two is I want to know how comfortable the touch surfaces are going to be when you've been sitting gaming on this thing for half an hour, 2 hours, 5 hours. Who knows? Valve says it can go up to 8 hours if you're running light loads. Although it should be noted it won't get nearly as hot when you're running those kinds of applications. Curiously, both the Aya Neo, which we're looking at right now, and the Steam Deck have their hotspots on the right. So maybe there's a good reason that it was done that way. Both of them managed to maintain very reasonable grip temperatures, but you can see the Aya Neo is notably hotter. So it's sitting at around 35 degrees around the left thumbstick there, while the Steam Deck, probably thanks to the fact that it's larger, is more in the neighborhood of 27. The touchpad is 29, just shy of 30 on the right, and very similar over on the left-hand side. Let's flip them over. There's the Aya Neo. Conveniently, Aya shipped me a clear unit, so we can actually see everything. CPU's here, SSD's here, batteries here, and then the actual heatsink is here. So that gives us a really kind of good idea of what these heat signatures might look like. Okay, well, let's see how we do here. Oh, okay. There might actually be some insights here. This is almost definitely our CPU/GPU. This could be memory or storage. This big block here, I'd be surprised if it's not a battery or something like that. It does have a little bit of heat output to it. And this right here, now that's interesting. That's our intake, but there's quite a lot of thermal activity right around it. You know what, maybe we can peek through this grill and find out what that thing, you can see there's a little outline here. Let's see if we can figure out what that is. Nope, the answer is a big fat no. To my eyes, that is completely impenetrable. Since we're back here though, once again, grip temperature is advantage Valve, with the Aya Neo being as high as 35 degrees where your index fingers might rest around the back of the grip, and Valve is sitting, I mean, maximum 28 degrees. So they did go big. They lost that compactness, but what they gained is a more enjoyable thermal experience for the user. You guys are doing great in terms of grip temperatures.
That's our goal. Keep it away from the hand.
See that?
Oh, nice.
So it's like night and day. So there's too much, you can see there's too much kind of leaked heat from this heat sink here. So the intake's here and there's too much kind of spreading out in this direction. And then you guys have basically kicked it all straight out. It looks like you've got pretty good kind of shrouding. It looks like we could probably use a longer intake if I was to kind of just look at this and say, you know, hey, what would I do? Not that you guys care. But it looks like there's a little bit more cooling needed here from the intake because there's still a pretty significant heat signature here, even though there's nice fresh air coming in. It looks like you guys have some kind of shroud covering whatever this is. I'm if I had to guess, I'd say maybe SSD or something like that, but I don't know for sure, obviously. There's some kind of chipset there, maybe. There's a micro SD reader. I don't know. I don't know. Only you can know.
You'll find out soon.
Yeah, well, there you go. Apparently we're not getting any answers today. Now, one point of contention for some users is the top location of the charging/USB-C port. I can understand it both ways. On the one hand, it's a little bit more ergonomic to have something hanging down while you're sitting like this. But on the other hand, if you are, lying in bed or something like that, that's going to put a lot of strain on a bottom-mounted port. Now, Aya obviously worked around this by just having them on the top and the bottom, but Valve, for whatever reason, didn't seem to feel it was necessary to add more. So when you're charging, or when you want to dock and plug into a wired Ethernet connection, you're going to have something hanging off of the top of the device. The good news is that, as I mentioned before, the weight is very comfortable. So even having this dongle hanging off of it, it's not bad. It's not bad. Now it's time for the next act. Valve was very particular about which games we're running. I'm installing CSGO. The developer has to give permission, so they didn't have CSGO on these devices. We had to get special permission from the developer in order to run it. In all seriousness, that is fairly standard practice at hardware launches. But the reason I want CSGO is because the M4 has a really bright muzzle flash that I can use for the NVIDIA LDAT. Here we go. Now, I pre-tested the Aya Neo, and what we're looking at with the LDAT is the total latency from click to photon. So what kind of internal input lag the Steam Deck might have. So far, it's felt really good, but feelings are just feelings, and numbers are better. So we're gonna go ahead and strap this on. I pre-adjusted it. Kind of expecting it to be a little bit smaller in person, but that's okay. This is quite an unusual control scheme. I wouldn't expect most people to prefer it, but hey, there you go. What's interesting is even though we've loaded up a few games now, whether we're coming off of the internal SSD or the micro SD expansion card, it's been fine. But then direct storage also, isn't a thing yet. So we'll see. Then again, direct storage on Linux, will that even be a thing? It's hard to play with the LDAT covering the screen. The game's running really smoothly though. I've been extremely pleased with the gaming experience in everything I've tried so far. Okay, I want to get about 20 if I can. We've got 40 seconds till the bomb goes off. Okay, good enough. On average, it is measurably better than the Aya Neo, and this is even in its early state right now. What they're showing here is a functionality called bookmarks, where, if you've been paying attention to Steam for the last 15 years, it's got a built-in web browser, right? So essentially what you're doing is you're just bookmarking a web page, whether it's something like Twitch or Netflix, and you're able to use it to consume content on them. That's pretty cool. I could see people hacking all kinds of fascinating functionality into this. Just like that, eh? Let's go ahead and pick something people won't judge me for. Responsive. Man, I wish it had an OLED display. I truly do. And this is an area where the 720p resolution does hurt it more, in my opinion, than in gaming. Something where you're supposed to have that super sharp cinematic look versus a game where, honestly, you're moving around so much all the time that your eye's natural motion blur is going to fill in a lot of the gaps. 1080p would have been nice for content consumption. Credit to Valve for their tuning of the display out of the box, by the way. At least at this early stage of development, they haven't put it in any kind of gross, vivid profile. Everything looks, to my eye, accurate to what I would expect from a color-accurate display, so that's awesome. Scott insisted I show this one. This is a mind-blowing demonstration. This, my friends, is online multiplayer. That's right, I've got one PC here, and over the power of the internet, Scott, look at this. We are playing a co-op game. He's on his Steam Deck. You guys are super tech savvy. You guys know what's up. This thing is a full-fledged gaming PC. So if it wasn't already clear, that's it. It's one of those, but smaller. Hey, I just got permission to try my own monitor. Let's see what happens. I would like to try USB-C DisplayPort in. Is it worth a shot? All right. Hey, should be fine. That's famous last words right there, hey? If it doesn't work, if this even makes it into the video, we're not... Just like that! So if you weren't already convinced that this is a full-fat PC, just in a handheld form factor, well, this should pretty much do it. So I'm gonna switch to external screen, right? That sounds right, because it's not a laptop, but the OS we're running thinks it's a laptop. And if you were curious if it's gonna run 4K 60 hertz, that's your answer right there. I think, it might be at 30 right now. It's hard to tell, I'm so used to, no, it's at 60 hertz. Freaking awesome. Just like that. How relieved are you guys right now?
Pleasantly surprised.
We're gonna go for full completion here. Extend to right.
Oh, yeah, so this is we plug and unplug or brightness is down.
Honestly, the fact that it's working this well already is mind-blowing to me. So we can even use this display as a secondary display. I mean, imagine that, right? You're gaming on your Steam Deck, you've got your Twitch chat up on your actual Steam Deck while you're using your monitor to play your game or whatever, like, I'll take it. Oop. By the way, they're working on their own dock. This is a daisy chain of right-angle Type-C connectors indicates that Valve has, in fact, noticed that the top-mounted Type-C is something that does need to be overcome, but that's okay. They have very skilled engineers, and I'm sure they're going to sort it out. Haha, first time LTTstore.com's been fired up on Valve's campus? Actually, probably not. There's enough nerds that work here. Any Valve employees out there already got this shirt? It's the new color of our Do Not Drop shirt. Oh yeah, mouse pads are in stock. Like, for the first time in a very long time. Valve's making me pack up and get out before I can test all my controllers, but I'm sure they'll have that compatibility pretty much sorted out. One thing I do want to squeeze in before we go is a quick size comparison with the original Nintendo Switch. This is not the upcoming OLED one. You can see it can basically dock under the Steam Deck, but okay, yeah, it's got a size advantage, but that's to be expected given that it's kind of like comparing a full-blown, you know, APU-equipped Ultrabook PC with, you know, a 4 or 5-year-old mid-tier smartphone in terms of hardware. And I've got one more thing to squeeze in. This message from our sponsor, Ting Mobile. Ting Mobile has new rates that make it easier than ever to see how much you can save by switching. Their unlimited talk and text is $10 with data plans starting at $15 a month with their new Set 12 plan with 12 gigs of data for $35 and unlimited for $45 a month. And if you liked their previous pay for only what you use plans, they're still around. They're called Ting Mobile's Flex plans now, and they charge just $5 a gig. Data can even be shared across devices if you have a family plan. So connect more phones to save more. You'll get the same nationwide coverage in the US and award-winning customer service, and pretty much any phone works with Ting. So go check them out. They've got the perfect plan for everybody at linus.ting.com, and you'll get a $25 credit. If you guys enjoyed this video, check out our full review of the AN Neo, which is the closest thing that the Steam Deck has to a competitor. The Steam Deck is expected to be shipping sometime in December of this year, with orders placed now already somewhere in the middle part of next year. So what that's going to mean for the competitive landscape, well, with RDNA 2 APUs probably coming around that time, it's going to be very interesting. I'm excited.
I know the Steam controller originally was super, super cool, and something that got pushed around a lot when the Steam controller came out was Civ, because you could play games like Civ on your TV, which was previously not really a thing unless you had one of those couch commander setups that no one owns. So it like wasn't really a thing.
Yeah.
How are the ergonomics in general? And I have a lot of questions here, but I'm going to start with, did you try just using the touchpads? Because that looked like a thumbs way down position for me. Did you try just using the touchpads for an extended period of time? Okay.
So the touchpads, in my opinion, the touchpads are on there because Valve believes that they enable gaming experiences that are simply not practical with a joystick or a D-pad configuration. Because they're touch sensitive and you can use them as trackpads, because they've got this advanced haptic feedback built into them, the touchpads they're there for a reason. There's games you're not going to want to play with a joystick, like an RTS, for example, just like on the original Steam controller. But in my opinion, the touchpads were second-class citizens when it came to ergonomics.
Seemed like it.
That was how I felt, even though I have smaller hands. Therefore, you know, compared to someone whose thumbs come, you know, over more to kind of get in here and access something. You know, for me, it's a relatively small motion, but it was less comfortable to use the touchpads than it was to use either the joystick or the D-pad. Now, related to that question, both the joystick and the D-pad, this is something that almost no controllers do well. Pretty much every controller out there is primarily a joystick controller or primarily a D-pad controller.
Yeah.
And also there's that other thing bolted onto it, right? We've all experienced it, and there's ones that try to be both. There's that modular Thrustmaster one, for example, where you can actually switch the places. But the thing is, even if you could move them, physically move them around on the controller, the reality of it is the contours are designed for your thumb to hover above, like where a thumbstick would be, or to sit flat, like where a D-pad would be. It's not the same. It's just not the same. I think the Steam Deck is the closest that I've seen to something that is perfectly balanced for both. So
Awesome.
Whether you want to play SNES games and use the D-pad exclusively, or you want to play PlayStation games, PC games, games that are more joystick optimized, you will be, in my opinion, at least 99% comfortable. Neither of them interferes with the other at all.
Speaking of the triggers and the joysticks and the D-pad, effectively all of that stuff, we know their touchpads are like pretty good. Okay, whatever, they're tuning in the haptics, whatever. But we saw they're pretty good with the Steam controller. Joysticks, triggers, D-pads, really hard to get right. What are your comments on those?
Okay, I like the D-pad. It's solid. You know me, I'm pretty picky about D-pads. It's not a super clicky D-pad, but it manages to not feel mushy. It really does remind me of just a good, simple, classic D-pad like you'd have on the SNES, for example.
Okay, awesome.
The buttons, hard to evaluate because I'm trying to think what the B button is kind of hanging off the edge. So A, X, and Y all felt pretty good. Not super clicky. Like, I remember Razer did a controller a number of years ago that had these hyper clicky, like they felt like a mouse switch under them. So they're not clicky like that, but they're fine. I would describe them as fine. The one that hangs off the edge, they've got some tuning to do because right now it feels and sounds markedly different from the other three, but they're aware of that. That's something that they're working on. The joysticks felt excellent. I know one of the big concerns about this product is joystick drift. Now, obviously, that's something I can't evaluate in this curated, supervised experience with these brand new devices, right? They haven't been worn out yet. But what I noticed is that the joysticks are not a mobile style joystick. So when you look at the profile shots where I hold up the Aya Neo and the Steam Deck kind of one on top of the other like this, the Steam Deck is about double the profile. And part of that is the ergo grips for the bottoms of your hands. And part of that is the much higher profile, more desktop profile joysticks. So the Aya Neo has more of like a low profile kind of mobile joystick, not nearly as bad as the, which one was the 3DS one where you slid the joystick around, 3DS XL or something like that? One of those anyway.
Yeah.
Not as bad as that, but very similar.
Stick or whatever? Yeah,
very similar to what you'd find on a Nintendo Switch. None of them, I think Valve has some tuning to do in terms of like mixing. So the acceleration curve on joystick movement, I wouldn't mind seeing that adjusted a little bit. It felt a little bit different to me, but I also don't have a ton of experience playing games with a joystick, so it could just be something that I was imagining. The hardware, though, the hardware felt good, and I'm pretty confident in the hardware right now.
Cool. Okay. More things. Ed had an interesting comment about like hand meat and it touching the touchpad. I know you said you'd have to try to make that happen.
Oh, not a problem, in my opinion.
Really? Even for like monster hand, like bigger than me hand?